back to the game. So you guys wake up. Anil has stormed off. Not really stormed off, but embarrassingly ran away. And you guys pursue after.
I chased after.
Right, of course. And so now you guys are traversing through the caravan. Not the caravan, the cavern.
Caravan? Wait, what caravan?
Yeah, there's a bunch of gnomes and dwarves and horses and I can't.
Are there any satyrs nearby?
Yes, they're trying to peddle some wares. Okay, so we go into the. We go forward, deeper into the caravan. No, I did it!
Finally broke the demon.
Shit. Alright! I'm gonna try this again. We go deeper into the cavern. I really had to think on that to make sure I didn't screw up 3 times in a row. Alright. It's you start noticing as previously that the wall, this giant area you're in seems to be closing off. You're going towards like a point. The walls are getting closer. It seems to be kind of closing in. And you find yourself in front of you. Something seems slightly different than the environment. Most of the environment you've been around has been definitely like a natural expanse. But what's in front of you is evidently clearly not natural. Where is it? You effectively see a flat wall. The passage leads to this flat wall, and in the flat wall, there is about a 20-foot wide, 8-foot tall square that just is like cut into the wall and just keeps going in. Effectively, it looks like it's a tunnel, but it's square in shape. You see beams, structural support to prevent it from collapsing itself. So effectively, you're like, oh, this looks kind of like a mine shaft or something around that nature. But it's the only way to effectively go forward unless you backtrack and try to look for something else.
Do I see anything down it?
As you look down, it's just darkness. It goes past your light. You can't tell what's down there. It's just darkness, and you hear this, like, I don't want to say a hum, but like a deep vibration just from like the ground, from your environment. You don't think it's anything it's standing out. It's just that there's like a kind of an ambient vibration in the air where you are, and it's a little bit more louder here because it's more of a enclosed space.
Would I be able to put an ear against the wall and kind of tell what it is, maybe, if it's just a vibration in the rocks?
Make a nature check. Just make a nature check.
15.
Alright. You feel it's just natural vibrations and kind of every now and then a little bit of something moving or whatever, and it kind of vibrates and echoes rapidly, which causes this slight little hum of a noise. Doesn't seem like it's a hostile creature or anything like that, or anything that seems to be of a danger to you. It just is an ambient noise that exists in the environment you're in.
Alright.
Doma? What are you doing?
The ground in there is vibrating. I kind of want to listen to it, I guess.
Make sure it's not something that's about to bust out the wall and eat us.
You know, I realize that Castle's not back because he's off in the AFK channel. We should have confirmed everyone was here. Oh well.
No, he was here at the time.
Alright, well.
I think he was actually here at the time.
Maybe he's got something else. Alright, so. Yes, back to the
tub.
Man, he was scrubbing that shit hard, man. Woo.
Oh, he was.
Okay, so do you guys want to go down that shaft?
Honestly, Castle goes first. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know, guys. You always make me be the butt of jokes. But if you really want me to, I got this light spell on me. I guess I can do it.
How about we use a crossbow or something? You put it on a crossbow and we shoot it down.
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow.
Maybe we could do that if you want.
Sure.
Play at the same time.
Find it later.
At this moment, Haname is just like staring wherever they're about to shoot to try and make sure he doesn't miss anything because bolts fly fast, and that's not going to stay illuminated long.
Well, no, but
It's on the light cantrip.
Well,
No,
but
no,
she's
no.
saying
That
if you cast
area.
the light on the bolt, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The bolt goes flying. We're going to just get a flash of light. It's not going to light up the entire room.
Well, light the bolt. I'll shoot it.
Alright, I cast light on a bolt and Doma's shield glows dark.
And I'm down
Hame's
there.
Hame's going
And
to like.
pew!
Fire the
stare.
shot. All right. So make a perception check as the goes flying.
Nope, you got this.
11.
All right. So as you see, as you're looking at the bolt, and you all clearly see the bolt flies off, and you would guess somewhere around the 100-foot mark it impacts something. You hear a noise of the bolt hitting stone, and this echoes down the cavern as it gets up to you, and you see it just kind of rests into the wall, and then eventually slumps and hits the ground. So it seemed to be parted in it for a while, and then fell. And now it's just like a glowing beacon way off, little dot, about 100 feet or so away at the end.
Does it look like the tunnel turns down there?
Yeah, you cannot tell. It's too far away.
I say once we're gone.
Wait, you said the ground was vibrating?
No, it's more like there's an audible, there's an ambient noise, like a vibration you can hear. It's just that's the environment you have. If there's a noise, for fuck's sake, it's like a humming
Alright.
or like a churning ooh kind of sound almost.
Something's happening somewhere, but it's not our concern yet.
It doesn't seem threatening to you. You go, this seems natural in the environment, and especially since we're going into a confined space, this would be happening as you're closer to the solid stone nearby you, and it makes an echo effect, and it's going to bounce it back and forth, and you're going to get that kind of effect on your eardrum.
Alright, well, let's keep
Gonna
moving
walk down
along
the
slowly.
path.
Alright, so we, marching orders, please. I'm gonna go ahead and draw it over here real quick.
I'm drawing stuff. There you go.
Alright.
So we're gonna be saying that
Okay, going that
that's
way.
forward, basically. So just put yourselves where you want to be. I get the luxury of controlling castle. I'm gonna go first.
Wow.
All right.
Hey, Doma,
we'll-
I know
You
you've
do
got
you,
the
man.
armor.
We'll put him back.
You.
We'll put him back here with Evelyn. All right. And,
Hey, Roderick, you get my bonuses.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If
How
you're within
close
5
is
feet.
it?
It's a +4 to any saving throw.
I thought it was
I could definitely use that. Heck yeah.
all right. So you guys start.
But you have to stay within 5 feet of him.
Yeah, you have to be in the 5 feet.
Okay, I mean, as long as I start with it, start there, I mean, you can run off and do whatever. As long as I can survive that initial, like, crowd patrol.
Your devotion aura. It's whatever your charisma mod is, man.
Yeah, that is +4.
+4 to all saving throws, provided you're within 10 feet of the user.
Oh, 10 feet now.
30 feet when you hit 17. 10 feet when you're in your range.
Okay,
So Auric
you
and
have
Evelyn.
it.
So yes, a few of us have it. It is a very beneficial thing when you're in a tight, confined space. But at the same time, tight, confined spaces are also very dangerous because AOE just. Zoop. So.
So remember to +4 on your saving
There
throw.
he is.
You're
Alright,
so
so you guys start traveling down this
What is dope?
tunnel of sorts. It's very rigid. It's square in shape, hard angles, but you see beams of support, and you just start moving down it. As it seems to be the only thing you could do, only direction to really go, unless you turn around and look for something else. And you go about 90 feet forward, where then you just see a hard right. There's nothing else. There's a hard right available to you.
Can I pick up my bolt?
Yeah, you pick it up. It seems partially damaged.
Send.
Like a little bit of a crack on it along the shaft. It could potentially
Is it
be
still working?
repaired. It could still be used, but currently it's partially damaged.
Is it glowing?
It still is glowing.
Turn and shoot. Down.
Alright, so without even everyone else being prepared, you just reload it, fire, and then
Wow,
eventually
they're all
hear
walking with
you
me.
you hear a as an echo comes by you guys, and it goes past you guys out the way you came in, and you see the bolt
Didn't hit a
on
wall.
the ground, and it seems to have shattered against whatever it was down there. Done
Now there's
about
more light pieces everywhere.
100 feet down, there seems to be another wall.
Alright.
Well, did I see anything as it was traveling down?
Make a perception roll.
17 minus 116.
Okay. No, nothing stood out. No shadow stood out. No object was in the area. It was just straight down.
Just a tunnel. These are kind of like mining tunnels, right? It looks like they're all shored up and stuff.
Make a nature check.
Well, I thought you already described this to us.
I mean, it clearly looks like someone made it, but whether it's a mining tunnel per se or just a tunnel that was made for some reason, that's what you're trying to deduce.
10.
10? You don't know if this is meant for mining or if this is meant for just moving because this was in the way of the path. You don't know. It clearly isn't a natural formation. It's too geometric, and it just goes on, and there seems to be math supporting how it functions.
Alright.
Okay. The rest of the group kind of sees you, and they stare down where you just shot the crossbolt, and they see the splintered fragments. The few fragments that are still glowing way down there.
And start walking.
Sure, you start walking down.
Reloading my crossbow as I go.
Alright, everyone else follows suit. And we move after you, and about 90 feet later, there's a left and there's a right.
Oh boy. Always go right.
Yeah.
Go left here, you fool.
I think left is the right choice.
Is there the tail end of my bolt around here?
There's shattered fragments. It's not redeemable, though.
I can't shoot the tail end.
It wouldn't fit in the crossbows.
Yeah.
Thing, right?
I don't know if it's the tail and feather.
It wouldn't fly true. It would most likely damage your crossbow on the way out, flip and possibly backfire and hit you.
Oh, crossbow could backfire, but okay.
Anywho, it would not be usable. It's beyond serviceable.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just wondering.
Alright, so that still has light cast on it. You guys are standing over this fragmented thing. Do you guys want to make a left or a right?
Left.
Left it is.
Pick up the bolt and throw it.
You throw it, it goes 20, 30 feet down this new hard turn, lands on the ground, you hear a as it bounces against some kind of stone you're on, and you got light out there. You don't see any figures. It's just quiet, that darkness out there, and ambient hum that you guys have been hearing.
Is it getting stronger?
No, it's the same.
Alright, I'll keep walking down the left tunnel.
Okay, you walk down the left tunnel. Your footsteps are echoing across the ground. Every now and then there's like a little bit of a smoother surface that makes a click noise, almost like a heel on a wood floor or something like that, and it echoes as it bounces down the corridor. And then I need you all to make a perception check.
Damn. Someone please notice something.
Nah.
I noticed him walking
10.
cavern.
Whoa, 129, man.
Damn.
I see everything. I see the numbers in the air.
You see fucking molecules, man.
Alright, Lash and Smash and Roderick. So, Haname and Roderick, you heard a click behind you down the path that you did not take. And it kind of echoes up through your caravan behind you. Everyone else didn't seem to catch it, but you guys tilt your head to the side as you try to listen down there. Nothing else comes, but you definitely heard a noise from back there.
Guys, hold on.
That could either be a good thing or a bad thing.
You heard it too?
Yeah.
There was a click up, like down the other hallway.
Oh, that's a good thing we didn't go down that hallway.
Right.
I'm gonna pull out.
We
my
don't
fire.
know that, though. That could be a trigger for something this way.
Well, we can surmise all we want, but it's not gonna help. We can go back and look if you want, or we can just keep going. Those are our options.
Well, Doma once said, was it go left, not right? Is that what he said? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure he wouldn't want to, necessarily. Doma wouldn't want to, using air quotes the whole time. Doma wouldn't want to kill himself.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Real quick, are we on level ground or are we like tilted up or down?
As you look at the ground, you kind of try to map it. Since it's not very long, it's 90 degrees. Is 90 feet out. Like every single time you do a turn, kind of put your head close to the ground. You're like trying to see flatness, and you realize that you're actually climbing. There's an elevation gain. You guys are moving up currently.
I just wanted to make sure that wasn't something releasing that was going to come and crush us.
Suddenly, a large boulder becomes rolling down the tunnel.
Indiana Jones style?
Yeah.
Right.
I say, at the very least, we can have a heads up if anything's coming behind us, and I grab my focus and I cast alarm on the hallway. And
Alright.
say, if anything comes along here, I'll know.
And effectively, alarm covers a 20-foot cube, so that covers the entirety of that brute. So behind you, you have an alarm spell triggered, and you guys keep persevering forward. All right, so
Over his shoulder as he walks.
70 feet later, you guys find yourself standing in front of a hard stop, a wall, and then there's a path that goes toward your right. Another hard 90-degree turn to the right. Do you want to go
How
down?
many turns have we made?
This is your third option right now.
How many times have we gone right?
You've gone right.
Twice. Whoa, once.
You've gone once.
No,
This
because
is
we
your
only had to go. We only could go right.
correct. You've only been given one option, but so far you've made
Right,
one. You've
right.
made one right. You've made one left.
What?
And now you have a right that you don't have a choice, but you could go back. It's your choice, but there's a right in front of you.
Okay.
So right now our options are what?
Trying to find
Your option is to go backwards or go right.
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 All right, so then you guys turn right, and then just the expanse continues. A square-shaped chute, 8 feet tall, 20 feet wide, and it goes out towards darkness. You can't see anything past it's past your field of view, whatever could be down there. Your light does not show anything. Do you guys move forward?
It's either time to shoot another bolt or walk.
It does what now?
Just go straight forward, and you have nothing in view. Sorry if it's choppy. I'm sorry.
It like expands into darkness, basically. We can't see anything beyond like 20 feet.
You know, instead of me shooting my bolts, Anime, do you mind making some little light bulbs go out there?
They can only go so far.
Yeah,
How far?
my bolts only go so far.
I send them out to their max distance ahead of me.
All right, they don't even make their max distance because as they go about 90 feet, there's a wall.
Alright, let's keep going.
And you saw nothing along the route as they slowly drifted their way through
Why
the
have we been
orbs.
using these the whole time?
We did previously before the slime.
I don't know. Well,
As you guys
I'm
make your
gonna
way,
travel over the cave and check the walls carefully as we go.
as you get over there, you find the wall, and now you have an odd decision. There's an RT intersection. There's a left and there's a right.
Left.
Hmm.
Left.
Wait.
Can I set up a small grouping of rocks in this tunnel?
There is a couple loose stones you could try to pile.
Oh.
So you kind of grab some of them and you start trying to put them on a pile. Is that correct?
Putting them in a 4 square for, and then I'm gonna put another rock on the end of
Sure.
whichever
Make
way
a
we go.
perception check.
Okay. For the other rocks?
Just make a perception check as you're gathering them and you're starting to place them down.
I don't see. I'd like to lucky in that.
Okay.
I don't need to be temporarily blinded. That's 8. No, 6.
6.
It's better than that.
So you're not seeing any additional rocks, but you do get like a small little pile, like 3.
Can I wait? Can I make a symbol on the cavern wall with prestidigitation? Can I do that? Like a little symbol?
Yes.
Wouldn't it
Yes.
disappear after time?
It's an
Yes,
hour.
but yes to every single thing you guys just said. Fuck. You can do it. It lasts an hour. It doesn't last forever, but you can do it. Would you like to do it?
You know,
Up to you guys.
my butcher knife just scratch it into the wall, and that solves everything.
Your rocks are fun. I just was thinking of other things I could try.
Alright. Either way. Next time I'm just gonna gather rocks along the way.
Oh, I can flavor our fruit, by the way, if we want to later.
That's beautiful.
By the way.
All right. So left
wow.
or right?
Left or right? Well, I'm gonna put a stick in and let it drop.
Left.
One of you says left. Does the entire group follow?
Sure.
I shall trust Neville in this case.
Sure.
Let's go left.
Yeah. He didn't say how many times it was over.
You didn't say how many times. You just said go left, not right. So,
Okay.
and that dude did not want to die.
So as you turn left, there's just a square chute going off in the distance. But you notice that instead of like you clearly see at your 60-foot vision that actually the ceiling is going downward, and then it makes you realize that this hallway looks like it's starting to descend, not go up.
If we go left, I think we're going down. It looks like it slopes down a little bit.
Does right go up?
You turn to the right and you look at it, and before you go too far down, and yeah, it's going up.
Yeah, it's going up.
Do we want to go over down?
Down.
Alright, let's go down. Left.
Don't we?
We
We don't know where we're down.
We said to go down the ramp.
Yes.
Didn't
Down.
he? But he only said that there would
Go
be
left.
one fork, right? It was only one option. This is not what he said previously. At this point, whatever he said, we don't even know.
Can't be entirely trusted, so let's just go with our instincts and set up some pebbles along the way.
So left.
I still think down.
Alright, let's go down.
Well,
Yeah, there's pebbles along the way to fucking do it.
All right, you guys make a left, and 90 feet with your dancing light, it hits a wall. I surmise you guys go up to that wall to find that now there is only a left-hand turn. You throw your dancing lights down it. It hits another wall 90 feet down.
Is it still going down?
Yes, it's still descending down. You go there, and now it goes left again. You take the left, send your dancing lights out there. It goes 90 degrees. It goes 90 feet out. It hits a wall. You guys move up to the wall. You're not seeing anything along the way. And then there's another left. You guys take that left, go 90 feet forward. And then you find yourself hitting another wall. You chase after the dancing lights. And at this moment, there is a right. And as you look to the right, it was about 20 feet before it stops being the square crevasse or whatever. Just looks like it opens out into a big room, but you can't fully see into it at the moment.
Let's kind of sneak over to it. That's what I'd like to do. Try and figure through that entrance. Oh, no. I can't sneak. I roll a disadvantage. I remember that.
Well, I'm gonna try to sneak my way over there.
Who the fuck is good at sneaking on our group?
Me.
well,
Not me. Wait, are we sneaking? Are we
I
stealthing?
was. I was stealthing up to the door, and I
I
rolled
want to see what's there.
23.
You know how stealth works. Go ahead and grab your token. Drop it on the token initiator on the right.
Alright.
Oh, roll disadvantage.
oh wow, all right, surprisingly well.
Doesn't matter. I rolled 5. What happened to my token?
Meanwhile, the whole
Changing
time,
perspective.
Roderick's stealth, he's just standing straight up, and he's just stepping lightly.
As I'm walking, you just hear guys hear my armor.
I'll never find us, guys. Don't worry.
Don't worry, it's chainmail, guys. I am stealthy as fuck. I get a first.
Plate mail's clunky.
Shut up, Jimmy.
Alright, so I got a 9, a 10, a 13, a 17, 18, 20, 20. Okay.
They noticed
Oh, that's the wrong. That's the initiative. I am an idiot. Ha!
you like mine?
Give me a
I
second.
love it.
Because, so, with you guys, let's be quiet. Your angel compatriot decides to try to be quiet too. Let's see what she gets.
Oh boy.
Can she maybe, like, stop glowing?
Nice.
So, do you, I mean, like, you said that, right? So she shuffles the cloak that has these giant tears in the back that you guys gave her to try to hide her wings that she had to break to try to save Quack and didn't do anything for him.
Wait, does she even glow?
She does not glow.
No.
She does not glow.
She casts glow on Oric.
Just being racist.
No, but she casts glow on Oric.
Hide your hands.
Alright.
Kind of a member of the canon now, so.
So you guys,
Joker.
you guys move forward, and there's this room here, and you're crouching down as you kind of get to the edge of it. You look in there. You only go about 15 feet into the room, and the room appears to be a giant rectangle. You hear water dripping, not like just drops like hitting a pond or anything like that, but like water moving, and Haname, you send out your dancing lights to try to find out the walls where they are. And to the right, the wall kind of ends abruptly. It doesn't go terribly far, about 30 feet. To the left, it goes off pretty far. You actually feel uncomfortable making your lights go out that far, so you kind of pull them back in. But you do notice some shimmer along the ground, and there appears to be areas of puddles or water out there. You also see some water kind of on this left face here that is dripping down the side. So it seems that there's water collecting into this room, and you don't know how terribly big it is. You just know the right hand ends in about 30 feet, and it goes off at least 100 feet in that direction, if not further.
Mm-hmm. Are they able to tell us as well when doing this?
While they're moving it, while you're moving it around, yes, they would see it too, and they surmise the same thing. That basically there's water, there's some kind of water fluid in this room. It's coming down off the walls. It seems empty in the middle. You don't see anything. The ceiling seems to rise up. As you look up, you realize it's not as geometric. It's kind of rock faced. So it doesn't look like this one was fully finished, carved out. It seems much more natural. And you'll see some water condensing and forming of the roof up there too. And every now and then there's a drip in this area, and you hear a drip and slant in somewhere in the room. And there's just a bunch of water moving and dripping happening in this room as it kind of bounces down the walls.
What do you guys think? Proceed carefully.
Always.
Mm-hmm. At this point, she turns to Doma. Seeing that he does not have the light cantrip on his shield anymore.
Nope.
No, but I can still see in the dark.
Would you like me to put light on his shield?
I don't mind.
I mean, we can. I just didn't know if we.
I mean, it just takes it off of Oric's gauntlet, but I can do it.
With him being the primary...
I walk up and touch his shield and put.
Alright, so another source of light. You have two sources of light, and the third being the dancing lights that are kind of being moved around to kind of navigate where walls are obstacles. Doma, you have light, and you already had light before. It doesn't give you guys any new immediate cues, but you see some shimmering here and there along the ground, on the roof, and on the walls.
Can I walk over and check that out?
Yeah, so as you go out there, you go out 20 feet, 30 feet, and you're getting more and more visual cue, and then you're just seeing blotches of puddles. It's not like one giant lake or pond. It's there's a puddle here, and then it kind of seems to collect there, and then there's another one. The ground doesn't seem exactly flat. It's uneven, so they're forming at different intervals, at different locations, of different sizes. Water's coming from the side, the off the wall. It's dripping from the roof. This The roof seems to get larger and larger as you go towards the middle, like to the point where it'll actually break line of sight. You won't be able to see it with your vision issues. That's what you can surmise from your initial information.
As I'm out there, can I look back at what the group's like? Kind of look up and see what the wall we just came out of looks like when it goes up.
So as you look back at the tunnel you came in, you see the floor about 40 feet out there because Oric's still back there in his light. And you see that it's slanted upwards. So you really don't see much other than that there was a gradient going up because remember you guys descended deeper to get into the cavern you're in now. So you don't really get much more. But as far as like geometry, it definitely was man-made or creature-made. In that tunnel was creature-made for sure. It's just too geometric. Something sentient designed it with purpose.
Alright. I went back to the group. Well, they look like they're just one of those guys. Wanna check out further?
Yeah, just
Keep our eyes peeled.
stick close, but not too close. Spread out just a little.
Alright, go on, spread out just a little.
Try to stay within that 10 feet though.
Please, 10 feet, please.
And, as we get past, Roderick will cast his first detect magic for the night.
Okay.
Hey.
Detect magic. Anything within 30 feet of you. You get that beautiful display of your party members of the illusion magic still clinging to Doma. It seems to be a little bit weaker than initially you had it, but it seems to have potency. It's still going to last for a bit longer. Your angelic compatriot seems to have a brighter shine to her than before. You're not fully sure what that entails, but she seems to have more energy around her than previous. Evelyn has this core energy in her mass that seems to be pulsating at random intervals, much brighter and larger than that of most other creatures. And Hanami and Auric look like any general creature that has normal magic on them, just as a creature that lives.
Damn,
The
walls.
The walls,
Ground.
yeah, you don't sense any magic within 30 feet of you. Nothing comes out besides the artifacts on you and your standard party interface.
Awesome. Thank you.
Alright, so you guys start moving in. Would you like to go on the right wall, the left wall? Want to go diagonally in? How do you want to move forward? Or do you want to just sit down and accept your fate?
Run away really fast, he said, except for fate.
Run.
Turn around and
Lightning bolt.
run. So,
Scaring us.
left, diagonal, or right? Auric said he wanted to go left. Anyone else?
Evan, do you have an idea?
Because of the guys.
Doesn't matter.
We don't have any users.
We just go.
We're just gonna wing it.
So, what are you doing? I need to know.
I guess hanging along the left wall.
How wide is it?
You don't know. It went past the max range of her cantrip, which was 120 feet.
So we don't know how wide this chamber is.
The left side goes over 120 feet away from this door entrance. You don't know. I guess it goes way out there. You did not see it clip
So
up.
we can go. Oh, I see.
It's very large, very far out there.
Basically, just opens up into the cavern.
Yep.
Says I shoot up next.
Yeah, I guess let's just hug one of the walls, or if you want left, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, really don't have anything to go off of, so it doesn't really matter which side I pick, right?
Shouldn't know.
If anyone really
By the way, Laris, does it sound like there's water dripping from the ceiling, or is these puddles just here?
You hear water drips from the ceilings as it kind of echoes down all over the place. You're hearing drips from far away, from close, at random intervals, and then there is water streaming, collecting and pulling up into the puddles off the walls too. There's just a lot of condensation and water forming in this room, and it seems to form up in these puddles.
Is there a difference in temperature?
This room is very humid. It's cooler than the room. I mean, it was getting cooler as you were going down anyways, so it's kind of hard to say. But from previously outside this tunnel, as you started going through this tunnel, it definitely was warmer up above before you went down in this area, yeah.
Is there anything about these puddles that's like reminiscent of the puddles?
God, if they're all oozes, I leave.
No, it does
Peace
not
out,
look.
bitches.
It does not look viscous enough. That was definitely like a gelatin or a jello. This is it's clear. It's liquid. There seems to be some kind of debris here and there at points because there's contaminants. But you're surmising water, but maybe something else. You're not fully sure. It does not look like slime.
Got it.
Alright, so we continue walking. Let's go.
So left it is? Is that the decision? Because I just was
Yep.
waiting patiently for you to... Okay. You guys hug the left wall. Alright. Please position your tokens in the marching order of how you would like to hug the left wall.
And we're gonna die.
Always. You just want to be within 10 feet, you damn moocher.
Yeah, I'll put Annual last, so just decide how you're doing. You've got to be along this wall. Is what you want. I mean, you could be all the way out here if you want. You could be way out here if you want. I just want to know how you're trying to approach this. Don't feel distress from the ambient music, guys. It's not intentional or anything.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
That sounds really reassuring.
Don't trust the DM is the name of the game.
Don't trust the DM.
Alright, so I guess we'll keep Annual roughly right around here. So this works. Alright, so Doma has light from Evelyn. Oric, you still have the light on your right glove from Annual. And you guys start marching down this path.
I love how Roger's just trying his darndest to make sure he's within 10 feet.
So, you go forward, and clip, clap, sploosh. Someone enters a puddle, and you look down, and it's up to their ankle. It's kind of creeping into your leather boot or your metal boot, whatever the hell you're wearing. And you're like, geez, you shake it, and you start moving forward. And then another person, sploosh, enters a puddle, goes up to their ankle. God damn it! So you realize you guys quickly surmise that you guys are your ankles or shins are gonna get pretty wet as you just keep venturing deeper and deeper. Clack, clack, sploosh. Click, clack, sploosh. And then you go out 100 feet, look down there to see if there's anything past your vision, and it just keeps going and going. You decide, all right, let's see where this goes, and you go out another 100 feet.
At this point, I'm like using my dancing to daisy chain line in front of us to.
Can't you make that thing look like first person?
How far in front of you?
can.
How far in front of you?
I'm walking away.
No. Like the first dancing lights will be about, say.
Can't they only be 20 feet apart?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Is it's going to be like the first one's going to be. Yeah, the first one's going to be about 20 feet in front of me.
And then 20 feet in front of
20 feet in front of me.
20.
Alright, so that goes out 80 feet in front of the group. Okay. That's 4 little lures for anything that maybe would want to eat them. And they're out in front of you, fishing for fishes. And you guys move forward. Alright, so you got 100 feet, and the lights don't seem to hit a wall. And you guys, alright, let's go out, another 100 feet.
First time we've walked 90 feet and not hit a wall, guys.
You attempt to go out another 100 feet, but you only go out, about 30, when then your orb finally hits a wall.
Don't.
It doesn't go out, it's not a 90 feet, it was a little bit different off of it, but, mathematically, but you finally found the edge of this corridor.
This is looking different.
Oh, come on. Don't do this to me, game.
Do it.
There we go.
Hey.
So then just kind of a flat wall seems to be more or less naturally made. You're not quite fully sure. A little too hard on the angle at first, but then the wall just is not smooth the rest of the way through. So it looks like maybe this corner was designed, but the rest of it was just naturally occurring to be kind of somewhat straight, and it just goes off to the right. You guys are theoretically,
Follow the wall.
and you're hearing splish splash.
Well, I'm wondering if you should have checked out the shorter one first, but whatever.
Can you all make perception checks?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Ouch. That's a 2. I am not perceptive. I'm walking in the front. This means nice kid. Damn it, Lash, did you just type the right number first?
I did.
The right number first was 3.
Doma, what's your roll?
No.
No, my roll was a good old 2.
2. Okay. Doma, what was your roll in your stealth? Was it a nat 1?
No, it was, I have a plus to stealth. I have a plus 1 to stealth, so I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4, okay. Alright, so Lash.
Some pretty fucking loud
Lash,
shit.
Yes.
you hear something on the roof. And then it stops.
Someone got a 19.
Yeah, Haname heard this. No one else did.
Petit got a 19.
Okay, yes, I'm aware. Only Haname heard it.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Guys, there's something above us.
Not on above you. It sounds out more in the somewhere out in the middle. There's sound. About 3 of them have already then stopped.
From over this way somewhere. Like she points in that general direction.
Well, you can always take a shot and see what it is.
Do you really want to risk that?
Why would we?
Remember what happened last time?
No.
Shh, guys, be
we're in
quiet.
No.
Not so loud.
Quiet.
Guys, we're in a dark cave. We have a bunch of lights surrounding us. I think it's gonna notice us.
Yeah, let's not shoot randomly at shit though. Still, like.
Here's the thing, Doma. It may not be hostile until attacked.
Damn.
Right.
Also, last time we tried to attack something from the ceiling, I almost lost life. Do you really think I'm that eager
What
to
we
get
shoot
in that
from the
position
ceiling?
again?
How about we just pull the lights in so we're not worried about it? Let's start with that, can we?
No, like they're all right here on us. I'm not like spreading them out that far.
Oh, let's turn off the lights then. I can see.
Do you want me to cancel my light on Orc?
I say yes. I think we've got.
Oh yeah, let's turn off these
I
lights.
can't.
Orc,
light
you've lost the light. There's less light in the room.
I
Cancel.
take the light off the shield.
And I just say, be ready to give it back though, because I can't see without.
I have to touch you to give it.
I understand.
I can give it to myself. That would still give us light. Sure,
So
sure.
I get closer. Yeah. Either way, I need to be able to see
Yeah.
if something happens.
I, at this point, am going to walk up Roger. Roderick, can you see in the dark?
Sure as sugar.
I can
Alright,
see in the dark.
okay.
I can see in the dark. He can see in the dark.
I don't even know about NEL, but I know me and Orc can't, so we do need to have at least one of you
Drip,
guys to
drip.
always have a hand up.
Drip, drip. And then there's a sploosh. Something heavy fell in the middle.
How far away?
Turn off the
I am
light.
cutting off the dancing lights and putting my hand on Roderick's shoulder at the same time, so that way I can...
How heavy did it sound? You said?
No, how far away?
How far away? Yes. 80 feet.
I want to know
Potential.
how heavy it was.
Sounded pretty heavy.
Happy enough. We should move. Let's keep hugging the wall, guys. Whoever can see, just lead us. Hurry, get us away from here.
Kale, kind of.
Yeah, Doma.
I am gripping Roderick's shoulder for dear life at this moment.
Alright,
who
so
else
you
can
guys
see
going
in
to
the
hit the
dark?
corner and start following this wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and watch out for puddles though, and guide whoever can't see in the dark around.
Alright,
Or if
so
they're behind you.
you guys creep against the wall and you start trying to... You're really like on the wall practically, and Doma, you're taking charge.
Nope, 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 nope.
And then you guys go out 20 feet, 30 feet. You stop for a moment. Doma's like, hold on. I'm just trying to see if he's like can echolocate where this thing might be. You don't hear it. And you decide to take a step forward. And when you take a step forward, Doma Sploosh! Your left foot enters very deep water. It goes all the way up to your groin. Very deep, like, about 1-2 feet deep.
Oh, that's cold.
The cold water goes into there, and you quickly take a step back to pull yourself out of this water. It's something very deep in front of you. And as you do that, you're like trying to like wipe the water off. You guys all hear from your right.
I grab a alchemical fire. And
Turn him up.
I say, hey guys, look.
Wait.
I can distract him if I throw this. And,
Don't throw it yet.
Don't throw it yet.
alright.
Where's it coming?
It's over to our right. It's coming.
How close?
It's already hurt us.
It's about 60 feet to your right.
I can see that.
But hold on. As you heard like the sound from the
Right.
right, you hear a you then hear from your left along the wall another one.
They're surrounding us.
Guys, we may have no choice.
Then you hear a sploosh coming directly in front of you, somewhere off in the front, maybe about 60, 70 feet. And the steps seem to be moving towards you. They're not trying to be quiet anymore.
Sorcery point, and I cast Light on Doma's shield again, so he can.
Get ready.
We can see.
As you cast Lion Doma's shield, you see one of these creatures within front of you. You don't see the one on the right
Wait,
yet.
I couldn't see it. 4?
I'm gonna do your
But I have
spelling
60
again.
feet.
Yes,
I
you
am
have
going-
60 feet, and as she casts light on it, it also makes it easier to see this thing. You see a creature
Okay.
coming towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What the fuck is that?
Yes. All right, and as you cast light, it doesn't seem to react to the light at all. It just keeps moving forward. It stops briefly. You see like a ton come out of its front of its mouth, and then it takes a couple steps closer towards you.
Can I throw this thing?
Alright, well, real quick, can I cast Dancing Lights? Like, basically extend them, like, kind of away from us to where they're not illuminating us, but they're able to, like, give us as much vision as possible. Like, out here.
Think of this as real space. So where do you want the lights?
Okay, so... How far is it? 100?
Here, put those things around.
Okay.
And they have to be 20 feet apart.
Yep, I know.
Just letting you know. I'm gonna pick up a nearby rock just in case. I think I have an idea of these things.
Are they blind? It seems like.
They can't see the light.
Right. But they can feel us.
Did the lights reveal humans?
No, it's still within the... No, you're right, it would, actually. Because the other one would be just at the cusp. Whoops, that's the wrong thing.
Rip.
There's another one over there on the ground.
What about the one on the wall?
Isn't that this one?
That one dropped. I think that's that
I
one.
thought there was one to our left on the wall.
Yeah, that was the, he dropped in front of us, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take the rock and
That was my understanding anyway. I could be wrong.
test out my theory. Whip it out over here.
This one moves forward about 10 feet. Doesn't seem to interact with the light in any form of way. Just walks. You see, it actually like walks practically right through it. Does not seem to be responding to your light.
Lars?
Yes, you threw a rock. You're throwing it out in this direction.
Yep.
Alright, make an athletics check. I'm sorry. No, it's more important that you make a sleight of hand check.
That's fine. Where is that? Oh, hey, I have a plus to that. I'd like to lucky that.
Okay. It's almost the same.
Oh my god.
Oh man!
Alright, your total.
That's a 16!
16? Alright. So, you whip it out real quick, and the rock hits about... Whoop! Whoa! Weird camera angle thing. It hits out of here, but you flare with a spin, and then actually you see it skip off the water. Pew! 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 And it gets shorter and shorter, and eventually goes out there. As it hits against the first the first spot, both creatures' heads turn to the right, or well, this one turns to the left, this one turns to the right. They turn right towards it, and you see their heads like they're like listening to where it's going, and it goes out here. This one just turns and immediately rushes over there with alarmingly quick speed. This one over here also bolts off in that direction, and they actually exit your current field of view. You don't see them anymore in vision. But you hear thrashing and something going down in the water out there. And then you hear sploosh, sploosh. Sounds like there's more in this room.
Tell me they start fighting each other. Okay.
Looks like my theory is right. They're based on sound. Everyone be real fucking quiet.
I'd like to pick up a rock or two.
Yeah, I'd like to pick up some rocks too.
You don't see rocks? You guys.
Son of a bitch.
Let's keep going. I pull out a thunderstone. I have the next best thing.
That's what else?
This thing will deafen them. Maybe. I don't know.
It's good.
Moving.
Okay, yeah, let's move.
I don't care about the light, so just keep moving.
We can get up the light so we can see it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to basically have these lights in kind of a crescent shape, trying to help.
Also,
Hold on, about like this, I'll say. About like that, to kind of help guide us.
Okay. So it's kind of like a barrier. Alright, so you guys want to keep hugging that wall and going deeper?
alright, guys.
Do you want to
Puddles.
do any other light?
There's light on my
Doma
shield.
has his shield and
Yes, that's right. So Doma, as that light gets on the shield, you immediately see this deep puddle in front of you. That one that you recently jaunted into. It goes out about 10 feet before it suddenly tapers off. It seems like it'd be a hole in the ground, like a pothole in the ground, basically. Effectively, every one of you would have to go through this to keep hugging this wall.
I'd like to go around it.
So to go around it, you realize that it's about...
It's
Can I draw
closer
it?
to that. This is better than wading through water. Trying to be quiet doing it.
That's what I'm drawing for you.
Okay.
It's better than me trying to be
So
quiet.
it looks like it's about that deep for the 2-foot fall into the fluid. You could go out towards the middle. It's your choice.
Yeah, we can afford that. I pull out
Yeah.
instead of the thunderstone, I say this will probably make just as much noise, and I swap it out for just a glass vial.
That works.
I picked up a useless brown liquid in the spider town, so I'll throw that one first.
Alright, so you actually throw it now, or are you just holding on to it in
No,
case?
no. I'm just saying, that's the one.
Alright, so Doma, are you going around?
Yep.
Alright, you skid around.
Gotta make sure
Ooh, shit.
And the rest of the party follows. There doesn't seem to be any response. You hear some water movement out there, splashing. They don't seem to be fighting each other, but they know there's something in here. There's food in here, and they're looking for it. And then it gets, as you guys kind of traverse around the puddle. I assume you go back to the wall. Is that correct? Or do you just stay in the middle?
Oh, we can, yeah.
All right, so you go back to the wall then. Go ahead and move your tokens back to the wall. And then it gets quiet out there. Very, very quiet. You don't hear feet. You don't hear them screeching to each other.
I pulled out my hand. Not yet.
I'm going to basically like try to keep a hyper vigilant lookout. I have an idea.
I'm pretty much aware that you guys are pretty much doing that period at this point.
No.
You have reason to be on guard.
There's a lot of tension.
I'm not readying an action, but like basically as reflexive as not properly a reaction can be, I'm getting ready to cast a certain something.
That's you're not doing it, so because
No,
you're not triggering it, so you're basically just said stuff for nothing but flair. I mean, I understand that you're suspense, and that's great. That means I got you hooked, but You effectively did nothing for yourself, and you just wasted our time. I hope you realize
No,
that.
no, no. I meant like holding.
You're gonna hold the spell that tasted. Otherwise, you can't just do nothing.
I'm holding my harp that counts as my focus.
Right, but don't you hold it like normally anyways?
Not particularly.
All right, I'm just gonna let this slide. Just FYI, doing pointless actions doesn't do anything besides squander time. That's all I want to stress. All right, because that totally just derailed the high stress that I was throwing on you guys to talk about that. For fuck's sake.
Let's go.
All right, so you guys continue moving forward. Hana makes you. Those of you near Hana, so Aniel and Rajek, they see her like stiffen up as she's like clutching her harp. Almost if her dragon nails are digging into it. She's on edge, and you can tell she's on edge. Trying to prepare for whatever looming disaster could happen as you guys screw up again. And you start creeping your way forward. Click, clack, splash. Click, clack. And then Doma puts his hand up. He's like, look, look, look. He points to another puddle in front of you. It's not along the wall, but somewhat near the wall. He gestures for you guys to really hug the wall, like suck your guts in and put your heels against the wall, and you kind of creep your way slowly. It slows your pace down, but you manage to circumnavigate past it. Can I have you all make perception checks?
I want to give everybody, have everybody on the side, so I give them guidance.
Oh, 16.
Oh my gosh.
Step of perception.
One key. Can you friggin' work, please?
Yeah, it's perception.
21 with a nat 20.
Oh boy, nat 20 there on a
Ah,
21.
dig down.
Alright, Mr. 21, you guys are lucky at least one person's made it each time. You
Is there an animal
hear
in the bottle?
your splash, sploosh, along the wall that you guys are currently traveling along. It's about 60 to 70 feet along the wall. Oh god damn, are you shitting me?
What?
My music! Oh my atmosphere! God damn it!
Totally ruined the moment.
No, I think it's
Completely ruined it.
Well, what is a moment anyway?
I just wanna feel this.
Oh, it took me an hour to get to that level. God damn it.
so I quickly kind of grab Doma in front of me lightly, and I just kind of like pull it like, there's one up in front of us. We really need to get him off of this wall and distract him again.
Can I see it?
It's beyond your field of view. You try to listen for it, but you can't hear it. You just can't. But Oric is adamant that he hears it about 70 feet along the wall in front of you.
In that case,
Any nearby rocks I can pick up?
There's no rocks in this room, man. It's just flooded with water. It would be very difficult to find a rock in the current
is
environment.
it possible to move
So we just
into the lights in this formation out about 80 feet to see if we can see this thing?
Yeah, you could. I mean, but you'd have to do the action to do it, which you're doing now. I'm just saying, yeah, of course.
Yes.
So you move it out, 80 feet, and there is one of these creatures along the wall. Doesn't react to the light orb that's like practically in its face. You see it's kind of twitching its head back and forth.
God, they're like fucking tickers. It's creepy.
I point out to the middle of the room and say, guys, I can get him over there. We gotta be all of us.
If we travel here, it's gonna bring a lot more of them closer, though.
All I'm going to say is I'm waiting for someone to try to throw a glass bottle, hit a nat 1, and it just crashes at the ground at our feet.
That's what this game is. It's
How
did
would
you
you
get
think
lucky?
like that?
That is what this game is. These are puzzles. You try to resolve them, but RNG can fuck you over.
I'd like to throw my ice in the middle of the It lands on it.
Does creatures, does that count for anybody? Just necessarily creatures that just,
A creature is anything, basically.
anything? Alright, so I'm gonna...
It's not. It has to be something that has sentience, really. I mean, it has to.
Alright.
It has to have. Basically,
Alright,
it
okay.
includes constructs. Constructs count as creatures.
Oh no.
This has to have like a mind. It has to have a mind. So you're trying to awaken mining it?
Heck no.
Okay.
I'll just connect with the group members and just say, hold on, let me see if I can maybe using Eldritch Blast to you know, a good distance away. Yeah, good
Oh
distance
wait,
away.
Aniel seems to object to this from her position. You can't really hear her because she's trying to be quiet. She's like, don't do it. That's not a good idea.
It's not
I'm trying to use it with your mind though.
Do I recognize these
No,
things?
like, cause
I mean-
if he's trying to use a spell, most spells require you to speak to do it.
It's true. Do I recognize this creature there? Or is it just
Make an Arcana check or a Nature check. The one you choose gives you more information, honestly. But I mean,
That's a 19 for Arkelya.
okay. So you're not quite sure what it is, but it definitely appears lizard-like. Sort of like a salamander, since you're kind of getting a 10 from that. As regard to any like magical potency for it, it's not hitting any bells. So you're more going like it kind of looks like a salamander, kind of looks like a creature that's of that nature. They're quite large. You can tell that it can eat one of you in one bite, basically. It's got a very large mouth. It seems to have arms around its body. You're not sure really what it is, but they definitely appear to have it looks like they prefer a habitat of very wet environment. I don't want to get quacked.
Just don't make that
I
noise.
mean, with my distance, I could theoretically create something 100 or 300 some feet out too. I mean, it's just a matter of if we want to risk.
What are you creating out there?
No, I'm saying I could cast a spell out.
As long as the magic you cast doesn't require a sound, it's okay. Unless you have means to not make sound and still do it. But
Well, unfortunately, we're not level 10, so.
That's a level.
I mean, I'm pretty sure any
the
spell
creature on the
cast
wall
is
starts.
vocal.
Its tongue, this long tongue, kind of like slithers out, almost like a snake, and then it takes 10 feet closer towards you guys along the wall.
I'm gonna like lightly touch Roderick's shoulder, and like point with my face at Oregon and kind of nod to try to like tell him, hey, get Oric's attention.
And Roderick would tap him, double tap, or yeah, on the shoulder and be like, and nod his head back.
At this moment, Ame's going to like stare at the bottle of brown fluid.
Does thaumaturgy make noises when you cast it?
You know your own spells, man.
Gosh.
You gotta look it up. That's part of your mechanic. I can only do
Alright,
what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
look at.
So, you guys start hearing some splashing from behind you. There seems to be one in the water. Sounds like it's almost where you guys were previously, in the corner.
Alright,
out of field of
Roderick-
view, you can't see it, but you hear something going on back there, splashing.
Okay, at which point I'm just gonna hurl the vial perpendicular to the wall. I'm gonna throw it as far away from us as possible.
Paint the direction you're throwing it.
Perpendicular to the wall.
So down there. All right. So
It
this
doesn't
is
say if it makes a noise.
this is the Well, okay. So what are the components? What are the components of thaumaturgy? Look at the component section.
It's transmutation, cantrip. There are no components because it's a tiefling.
Okay, it still does have components, right? Or does it say you don't need the components?
I think he casts as like a feature.
Right. And so does a feature say that you don't need? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna look it up. I think you're right, but I don't know if it might say you might need.
Just vocal is what thaumaturgy is.
What's would it
Why
be
is
by
it just
default?
vocal?
Because some spells just require a voice, but through your infernal, the thaumaturgy cantrip. When you reach third level, you can cast. No, you just know the thaumaturgy cantrip. You have to cast it per normal. Darkness spell.
I mean, are there any spells that don't require vocal communication?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
what ones?
I don't know off my hand, but this is one of those environments where it's good to know those things, and so this is where I would be pouring through my shit right now, going, what can I even do in this environment? This is how you learn more about the game. You get into one of these stressful environments and you learn from it, right? So, I gave you your
Because
cue.
there's something really useful.
I warned you, the NPC warned you that, hey, maybe be careful what you do before you did something that was disastrous, and now you guys can look over your shit to see if there's anything you can do or just get through it. So now I know Oric is throwing a vial, right? Just an empty vial. And you're throwing it out here, right? Alright, I need you to make a sleight of hand to try to be quiet about throwing that.
Cross your fingers. Yep.
7. So as you whip it, you do hear a flip out from your hand. And the one down here, its head turns immediately towards you, but 3 seconds later, the vial and shatters. And this just gets this thing, it jumps down and starts bolting this way as fast as it can. You also hear a huge clamor coming from behind you, and that starts coming towards where your vial shattered.
Just
My shield pointed.
Hold on, you don't get conversation just yet. It's kind of setting up.
okay.
Yeah, don't fucking talk. Oh my god.
You hear sound coming from down the hallway too. Large amounts of noise being moved. Okay, now you can go ahead and resume.
Does it say if it makes a noise?
The vial? No, your thaumaturgy requires you to do voice to do it, so you'd have to speak to do it.
I mean, they're making a lot of noise right now, so if you're gonna cast it, cast it.
Anyways,
Sure.
what
You can make whispering voices with that, so do it.
It's not whispering voices. You can create an instantaneous sound or an intro.
No,
Like,
to cast the spell, you have to speak an incantation. That's what happens. To cast thaumaturgy, you have to say something in a certain arrangement, which makes noise. It could be done quietly. You have to roll to try to do it quietly. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then you produce the effect after you cast the spell.
Sorry, I thought not to produce. I understand that you have to do the incantation.
I-
I thought you can also make it do whispering voices and stuff too.
Yeah, you can make a sound from a different area. You can make harmless tremors, flames spraying. You can make your voice boom.
So-
Close your appearance of your eyes.
Theoretically, what he probably could do is just make like a booming noise over here or something.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. Sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. Keep going, you guys got 45 seconds.
Yeah, I pull out another
I'm gonna keep my shield down and look for puddles as we go along.
Alright, and you don't see anything there, and you guys move forward. They're near the glass, and they're like trying to tear it where all 4 of them now are at this point. They're just like tearing at the water, trying to find whatever's there, and they're not really finding anything.
Alright, well, as this happens, I'm still just throwing out my dancing lights.
Yeah. And it's around now where they suddenly grow quiet. You don't have vision of them anymore. There's a couple of sploosh splashes.
How far are we able to progress over that?
Yes. So over that course of time, you get theoretically about 100 feet away from them. That's what you managed to do, which is quite successful. But then you hear these very faintly echoing down there as they seem to be moving their way around, trying to find you.
We should keep going, guys, and I continue to have the vial ready.
You guys edge more and more, and after another, 2 minutes, nothing seems to catch your attention, but your light finally hits the other corner of this corridor.
Oh no.
Whoop.
Let's keep going.
So, anyways, there's a wall. There, yeah, there's a wall out there, basically. So you guys are effectively, because this is how far you are. Your light basically got to there.
Okay.
So you can see it. You can see the edge of the wall, currently within field of view, and it seems to kind of branch downward.
Let's do it. Let's keep going.
All right, so you guys move towards the wall. You
Hold
get
on. Doma, can you move your piece out of the way real quick? Okay, I was trying to select my...
I effectively think you're going to probably do this, because you're just going to keep replicating it, right? So you get over to this thing, and then, Doma, you take a couple steps, and then you just see in front of you is just a very large indent in the ground that actually goes past the light sources right now. It's a huge puddle of water.
Huge puddle of water?
A huge puddle of water, and it just
Why is this river still here?
goes out there, goes past your field of view.
Players, do you see the river?
The river. Oh, I erased that, so if there's... I can't do
Oh
it.
my gosh.
It doesn't really bother me that much.
So, you should
Take
be...
me
There's,
to the river.
there should be a red line here, and there should be a blue line right there. Do you see those?
Yeah, I see the blue and red line.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't see the blue line extended that far. At least on
Disconnect,
applications
reconnect,
here.
that's the only thing I can think. I think we had this happen
It's
once
here.
before.
It wasn't here, it was here.
Right, there's a blue line here.
Okay, yeah.
That's
Because it was
theoretically
really-
the boundary of this mass of water in front of you. It goes out towards the middle quite far. You guys don't know how far it goes, but it looks very deep, like you would swim in it deep. Currently, this is the predicament in front of you.
Are the lights far enough out? Do we see anything along the wall?
They're currently the position of what they are, so that's 30-ish feet away from Haname or whatever, and you do not see anything besides just the wall out there.
I point to the light. Zendaya, point it there.
I'm going to move it about yay far.
As it gets about 80 feet away from you, you see an archway in the wall, like in the middle here. Seems to be a doorway. Right in the middle of where that puddle is.
Twitch. Well, I'm going to cheat.
Can we see is it open?
You just see that you can see from your angle, you can barely make out an archway. You have no idea if it's open, what is down there. You don't know. As you also move your light out there, you see some movement in the water. There's like a head temporarily of some kind of shadow as it lurks going that way. It's in there.
Light.
There seems to be something in the water. You see a head kind of pop up for a moment, and then it's moving towards the middle right now, and then eventually gets out of your field of view.
How big did it seem?
Perception check.
Please, thank you. Is that an amulet? Am I dead? Am I crying?
Is there anything up above us that a rope could attach to?
Why am I bothering with perception checks? That's a 6.
It was pretty brief. You can't quite make out what it was. It's something.
I wanted to know how big it was.
Yeah, and at the same time, it was so quick. You're kind of like, what the fuck was that? Is really what it is. You saw like a shadow move. That's what you saw. You didn't fully see how big it was.
See how big
Rock,
it is.
the ceiling is a little bit closer near the edge here, but you're not seeing something that would be really sturdy to hold the rope on to.
How far is it between me and that ledge?
You do notice that there is some roughness along the wall that the rope could try around down here. The rope could kind of affix itself to there, but not on the roof.
Like, not that wall here either.
Like right around here along the wall, they're about 3 feet to 4 feet up. There's like a wool, like ledge kind of pedestal that pops out that the rope could affix itself to.
Okay,
I can get the 2 of us over there easily.
yeah, I think I've got an idea too. I can attach the rope to that thing, and I can hold the rope and you guys can shoot across it. Like, I don't know.
I can literally get 2 of us there, just there.
How's that?
I can open a door.
Evelyn, can you please make a perception check?
The puddle is a full corner thing, right?
I mean, you don't know the full consumption. You just see what you basically see. The art is actually giving you a little bit more information than your characters would have. I'm being friendly with it because I can't draw every fucking 5 squares you move. So Evelyn, do you need to make a perception roll though?
She did.
Oh shit, fuck. Evelyn, there's coming from behind you along the wall back the way you guys just came. Seems to be moving so much slowly, but it's following your guys' trajectory right now.
It's coming.
Smell.
Yeah, then they're following us. We decide quickly. There's something behind us.
You guys go through. You take us through the door.
I can't. It was my bad. I was thinking of the other stupid characters I played.
If I could.
I have a similar spell, but it's not as smart.
What do you got?
I can get over there, but I don't think I can bring anyone else.
I could. Everything I have is going to be vocal. It's going to be loud, or not loud, but vocal.
It could be loud. It could be quiet. You have to roll to try to do it.
You can whisper it. If it's louder, like I can see the voice through loud, it's still
But I don't know. I mean, even casting fly, like I don't know if I can get anyone else over there with me.
Cast it.
You guys all start hearing these footsteps along the wall. It's not terribly far from you.
I can't fly or go away. I can carry one of
Guys, there's something behind us. We gotta get going.
Okay. So who has the most strength? Doma?
At that moment,
Who has the most strength?
this moment, because it took us so long, a creature drops from the ceiling.
I have to dial back over in that direction.
Sleight of hand.
Just get it.
12.
12. Another.
Wait, let me double check. Sorry. Slide my list. Yeah, okay, sorry.
So it's still, you hear like the sound get flipped. Creature jumps out towards this direction. And then it cleans over there, but it doesn't turn that way. It seems to think that right here in this area, like it's fallen for this too many times already. It's trying to search here, and it's thrashing around. And you have the sense to know that it's going to randomly roll into you at some point, and then shit's done. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy and make a noise farther behind it. Sounds like a person talking.
Make a sleight of hand.
I throw a thunderstone at it as well.
God damn, that's a little.
Alright, so both of you make sleight of hand checks, as both of these are being done at the same time.
At this point, we were for it. I mean, that's what I did.
Well, there's no making a run for it. We have to either jump in the water with the big bad thing, or...
Figuratively, make a run for it. I understand we have jumped through the water.
Alright, and 16 for Auric, and then Doma, what did you do for your cantrip? Sleight of hand?
It was almost an at 20, and it became an 8, which is a 9.
9. Alright, so Doma is quite loud when his summoning of the incantation to make thaumaturgy, and the creature stops immediately and turns its head exactly at Doma. You see these pale, very white eyes looking straight at him as it starts taking steps towards his direction immediately. At that moment, no one heard the stone get thrown from Auric, and Auric threw it right into the creature's face, and there's a cacophonous and the ground shakes. The water has ripples flood out from it because all this water is like practically connected. You hear a bunch of like water from the ceiling start hitting the ground rapidly because you just caused a huge vibration in the area, and you hear a bunch of these creatures from down here. The entire room erupts with noise from these creatures freaking the fuck out. There's not 5, there's not 10, there's not 12, there's not 15. There sounds like there's like 30 in here, and they're rushing over towards this direction immediately. This creature gets to make a strength saving throw to see if it's knocked back and prone. What's your saving throw is like a 14 for this thing?
That's a con saving throw, by the way.
Con saving throw, okay, and it's a 14 though?
13.
13, yeah, it passes, so it doesn't get knocked back. But it's just...
Wait, you threw it at it, not behind it?
He threw it at it.
He was hoping for the knockback.
I was hoping to
Alright.
deafen it.
So at that, as it hits it, the creature...
I'm not trying to be retarded, okay? Calm down.
No, I understood what you were going for there.
So as the stone erupts and you guys hear all this other commotion just immediately erupt around you, as there's just tons of splashing coming towards you. This creature next to you, its head's turning left, right. It doesn't know where it is. It doesn't know where you are, but it's thrashing around way more violently than it was a moment ago.
Now's our chance for the 5th time. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay, do you guys just bolt for it now?
How far is this thing from here?
It's literally each square is 5 feet.
Where was the thing in the water?
Nope, you don't know. You don't know. It came out. It broke vision. You gotta remember.
It broke vision once there.
Yeah. So who knows? It's anywhere
Don't
now.
don't
Or not in there at
don't
all.
have Haname and Annie go through.
So
Don't have a door so you can your own character.
Putting the lights out here.
Where's the doorway? The green X?
no, the doorway's down here. It's in the giant puddle of water. 15 seconds.
Got
Yeah,
it.
fly.
Going in the water.
So you guys just rush down there? Is that what you're doing?
Do I have time to cast anything or no?
Doma, are you dumping in the water?
Let's cheat a little bit. Misty step way up there and then go for the rest.
Perfect. All right, you can get yourself here, and as you misty step, you teleport, and everyone sees you with your giant light source still on your shield. They see you just appear like a puff of green smoke mist behind you, and then you reappear in the above the water, and then you fall in the water, and you're immediately swimming, and the water is deep. You can't feel against your ground. You're swimming with your armor on. You're like, oh god, it's kind of hard to keep yourself afloat, but you just start booking it for that corner. You may move the remainder of your turns. It's half distance, so 15 feet, so you could go 3 more squares. That is your turn. All right, next up, Auric, we'll go on you. Auric, because you're swimming. Yeah, swimming slowed speed.
Grab me.
Okay.
I cast fly on him. I'll try to make it low though.
All right, you have to make a sleight of hand to do fly, technically. I don't think it matters much, but you have to do it. I just want to see what you roll. No, Roderick, he's having to incantate for it. Yeah, alright, so very loudly, like, it just, the shit's out of the fan. It's, gotta get out of here, so you just, like, bellow it. I gotta cast the spell. Alright, and so now, Auric, you lift in the air, and you're able to propel yourself. You can go...
Knowing that he was as loud as he was, I also knock my flame. No, I knock my...
You're the one that said.
So if you grab me,
I know, but he cast flame. Yeah, hang on to you. Oh, I have to hold you.
Yeah, you have to grab her.
So what are you doing, Auric? What are you doing?
I got it. Okay, I grab Roderick.
Alright, you grab Roderick. Do you move?
Yeah.
Alright,
60 feet.
you can move 30 feet as you kind of float off the ground about 5 feet. It seems to be struggling just slightly with the weight of Roderick with you. It seems the spell's main purpose. The main purpose of the spell is to cover the weight of the creature itself. It struggles when you start getting extra weight on it, and you guys have gear, and you're like 100 pounds a pop. So it's struggling. So it's more like it's almost like a levitate at this point. Your part of your feet kind of skim into the water every now and then, but you kind of puff up a bit again, and you do manage to go 30 feet. You're unable to dash currently in your current circumstance.
Laris, did I dash, by the way? Or was this just
Yes.
You moved as far as you wanted to move. So no, you didn't dash. Right, but that was with your movement action. It's whatever, man.
Oh, okay.
You're not the one that's in danger. It's the other people that are behind you. So now we're gonna go to Haname.
Technically, I'm the one that did you.
Haname.
I had a question.
What?
So, can I, if I trigger my long stride armor, does that increase my fly speed?
Nope.
Okay, alright, I don't.
Haname, what are you doing? This thing's thrashing around.
I'm kind of at the mercy of the two people to my right that can fly at this point.
But they don't know this.
I'm just gonna be like, help me fly.
Alright, we're gonna go back to this clock here. 27 seconds, go ahead.
And you go!
I cast fly on Haname, I guess.
Alright.
Wait, she's
And I'm going
Wait,
to...
are you stronger than I am, or am I stronger than you?
Let's just go do it.
3, 2.
Fly.
Alright,
I grab
Haname's
her.
get. Alright, you grab onto her and you try to book as fast as you can. Just like Auric and Roderick, it is a struggle. You guys are near. Haname is actually heavier than Evelyn, so that was the right choice. She's dragon scales are substantially heavier.
I
But
thought he was what's his name? Orc was whatever.
Auric is dragon 2, and a dragonborn is heavier, and so casting it on it. It's better to cast it on a heavier creature.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm
not
like 200.
just for a game mechanic sense, you guys understand fly in general. So like you can cast fly on things that up to a certain size. It eventually gets to something that your magic can't make fly, right? There's a max. You can't make a house fly, right? It's just too massive. Even if it's a sentient house, it can't fly. There's a limit. There's a limit of how massive an object can be when you can make your spell still afflict it. So in this case, your humanoids are medium sized. There's not an issue. But I'm just saying so. But it targets the current weight of the creature and it basically is propelling that one creature to like roughly about its same size. It struggles when you start throwing an extra 100 pounds on top of it. It doesn't do very well. Kind of comes more almost like a feather fall or a levitate. But you know, if you focus intently, you can kind of make it work somewhat. And your guys' current circumstance is pretty dire, so I don't disagree with what you're doing. All right, so Haname, you grab Evelyn and you book as far as you can, and it looks like that's it. And that was literally the last second. No, you're holding on to her. Your turn was to grab her. So, and that's as far as you guys get.
Can I step off of this to get more altitude?
It's a hook in the wall. That acts as a hook in the wall.
Step off of it.
I mean, no, not really. You can grab onto it. It's like 3 feet above the ground, and you're currently...
But they're flying. They just step off of it to get more altitude. You said it's like a feather fall.
Oh, I mean, them. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't understand what you meant. They could hold onto it and pull themselves, I guess, or something.
I said, like, step off.
Anywho, so the creature behind you seems to be snapped out of it, and it just books towards the huge amount of racket you guys are making. 1, 2... Actually, nope! I'm sorry, it doesn't do that. That's right, these things have special features.
Rip.
Roderick, you made the most noise. Roderick, let's see. Oh! Where's my stats? I wrote... Oh no, I didn't save it! No! Where did I...
Special features.
No, I know what the feature is. I'm pretty sure I know the math.
He just doesn't know the stats now.
Is it this one?
We automatically win.
Yes, there it is. Okay. Woo, we're good. All right. All right, Roderick. Does a
Entropic Ward.
16 hit you?
Entropic Ward.
What does that do?
Disadvantage.
Okay, yeah, you can do that, right? Because you can see it, right? All right, so it has to roll disadvantage. All right. It was not lower. It's still a 6. It's still a 16. Does a 16 hit you?
Yeah.
All right. So with that, Roderick, you hear this like flumming toward you. Turn to your side as you're grabbing into Auric, and Auric's grabbing onto you, and you see this massive pink-looking, elongated tentacle kind of like a thing just fly out and grab onto your leg. You take... Where is it? Where are you?
Too much.
Ah, yes. All right. Ooh. You take 18 piercing damage, and you need to make a strength saving throw.
Oh my
And
god.
there's how many?
There's a lot.
30.
Is Doma near me?
I'd like to fight.
Doma is not within 10 feet of you.
Doma.
Oh god, sorry. You guys
Trying to
didn't
find
find
you're supposed to be the one tanking everything.
I took off because I know you guys couldn't carry me if you always fly.
Don't forget, it's not the DM trying to kill you. It's this. This is the way the dice work. So if you die, it's not my fault. It's just how the monster.
Pretty sure that would be, yeah, exactly.
Oh come on! Oh jeez. I give you guys freebies on here, like reminding you to be quiet and shit. So what'd you roll there? What'd you roll?
No,
An 8.
since
All right.
spells I'm gonna have that are gonna be able to do anything.
Right. It's you have to roll the cast it to see how loud you are. That's the thing. It's a risk. It effectively is. All right. So an 8. That's not enough. Auric, suddenly there's a weight is ripped off your back, and you start flying.
Oh no.
Roderick, you are propelled at tremendous speed back towards the creature. Roderick, its tongue wraps you into its mouth, and its mouth immediately clamps shut on you. You are currently restrained in its mouth. And you guys hear a bunch of them flooding down the corridor. There's a choir of hungry beasts just making their way towards you guys right now. Currently, there's only one in view. Okay, that's that. We're gonna go back to the top, which was Doma. Doma, you're up.
I'm facing the wrong way to see that. Can I see that?
As you turn around, you can see it with your dark vision. Yes.
So I see him get
Oh, lights! Dancing lights breaks.
Son of a bitch!
Why does dancing lights break?
It's concentration.
Concentration. Wait,
But I'm not the one.
Oh, you're right. You're not casting fly. Yeah. My bad. So you're right. Dancing lights still exists. Sorry. It doesn't change things too much. You still have light. You still have light spell on Doma's shield.
I don't
And
think I want to know what the fuck's coming at us.
all right. Yes, Doma, it's your turn. You do see that Roderick is not there. You heard him go "Arr!" as he got yanked back.
Wait. Can I use reaction there?
Just kind of lighten
Kind
up.
of did using Tropic Wall.
Yeah. Wait, does that count?
Is it a reaction?
Even then, even if it did count, which I'm just gonna look to find out, you got to use them the turn, buddy. Right?
At this point, should we like roll initiative?
I'm just gonna keep you guys going first and the monsters last. This is what I'm gonna keep going.
I don't know what to do in this situation. My fucking god.
Blame the DM. Like always.
Always.
Yeah, it actually Tropic Ward is your reaction to do that. Just for knowledge sense.
I can get to him.
Can
That's
you?
for sure.
Can you get to him?
I have Misty Step again. I can use it twice.
The only
Oh, yeah.
question.
We're pretty much in a lose-lose. We stay, we fight, we get Roderick.
We
There's gonna
probably
be
all
30
die.
fuckers, right?
The
Like,
thing is, we don't know how. But the thing is, we also don't know
how many are there?
how much of a vitality they have. We know they're
Right.
big, but we're not sure if they're fragile or not.
Maybe they're weak to something, like fire.
There's something
Well,
in
are
the
we
water with
doing
me.
some kind of initiative, or can anyone just do anything at this point? Like,
It's
you're going
I'm doing the alright, I'm just gonna put your guys' tokens in initiative order the way it went. Doma went first. Aniel was basically last. Haname is in front of Auric is next to Roderick, basically.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to help out there.
Rip.
So this is technically the order of your initiative, and then these creatures are go at the very end.
I mean, I have one idea. It's just not going to be happy for Roderick or Doma.
Oh, it's currently Doma's turn. Doma, what do you want to do?
I don't know what to do.
It's a good question. So what are you gonna do?
Gotta say Roderick, come on.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Come on.
To go to save him. Fuck, there goes my last spell. Woo! 30 feet.
Okay, you teleport back onto land.
It's an entire action, isn't it?
No, it's a bonus action to do that.
Oh, Misty Steps bonus?
Yep, you still have your movement and you have your action.
Well, then I'm gonna use my special little boots to be like, boing! Jump all the way over here and stab it.
Okay, and your boots do what again? They let you.
It's written on the table right under my cards. It's what you wrote down. It's still there.
Well, you wear these boots, your walking speed becomes 30 feet unless your walking speed is higher. You already have 30 move speed. In addition, you can jump 3 times your normal distance. Well, yeah, you didn't need to jump. You just literally could have walked to him with your movement action, so I don't know why you...
But I'm trying to, like, barrel into it.
Okay, you jump. Sure, you get over there. You're next to it. You're behind it. What do you want to do?
Gosh, how is he in his mouth? Can I see?
You see his legs kind of kicking out. About over half of him is in it. It's, you surmise he's probably wrapped tightly with the ton around him.
I can't do any bonus actions, so there goes all my damage. I'll stab him in the throat. fuck, I'll stomp him inside of him. That's a stupid idea. What's wrong with you?
I said slit.
Fine, slit his throat.
Okay, you're going to go for a call shot, a specific shot on its body? Or are you going to just try to hit it?
Try to hit it.
Okay. So I'll just repeat, the called shots exist. You're trying to target a specific point for
What's
extra.
The minus?
The minus is you roll with disadvantage and you -5 on your chance to hit. It's a very punishing thing. But it can do tremendous things on a creature. That's why it's very hard to accomplish it. So like you're like, I want to dislocate, I want to cut off its hand, right? Well, okay, just cutting off its hand could completely ruin, make a monster lose the entire fight, if it's even possible. Some creatures are innately very tough, right? But you go for it is what you're trying to do. But you're trying to time that exact moment that hand is available, so it's very hard to accomplish. That's the disadvantage. And then because it's a smaller point or a precise point, there's also a -5 because it's like you're trying to hit with 2 3/4 cutter. It's a very difficult thing to accomplish, but it can reward very bigly. So it's your choice. Anyone can do it as long as they're doing an attack roll.
God, I can't roll twice and get a hit. I can guarantee that. I'm gonna go for a hit.
Okay, so just a straight hit. All right, roll.
That's a miss.
What's your total?
Unless it's a really bad thing, that's
Just
8.
tell me your total. Yeah, 8's not gonna be enough.
Okay, I rolled a 2. I don't know what you want from me. And now I'm gonna attack again. Okay, fuck you 2 dice. It landed on 2 high numbers and then rolled to a 3.
All right, so that's a total of
9.
9. Yeah, that's a miss too. So you teleport behind, and you just hear like wind, and you're like looking towards it, but you totally didn't hit it. It seems to be very content, trying to eat Roderick. All right, now it's Auric's turn. Auric, you're suddenly way lighter, and you felt like Roderick getting ripped off, and you turn around and you see him, and he's, I mean, it's kind of hard to fully make out him, but now that Doma's back there, you clearly see the silhouette of this creature, and Roderick's legs kicking out of the back.
Somehow he's dedicated enough to keep the spell going.
He's very
Oh
dedicated.
shit, that's right, you have to make a concentration check.
Right?
You missed it.
Yeah, that's true. I will let you keep it for now. I mean, technically I should still make you roll, because you could have kept it for longer, but
Just make it roll.
go ahead and roll, but I'll let you keep it at least to move out of the fucking water. So, what's up? What'd you roll?
Alright, just 12, what do I add?
You're good. It held anyway, so you still have it. You're good. No change in anything. You need to roll a 10 or higher.
Damn, you are doing well holding this.
Alright, so you fly over there, Auric.
Rod's just like in the mouth, tangled by its tongue. I will not make it.
At this point, I
Burn me if you have to.
yeah, I'm gonna shoot my alchemical firebolt at the creature's like just body.
Okay, so shot at it, basically. You can still say you're gonna try to hit something, but I mean, unless you're doing a called shot.
I'm just trying to make sure it's like I'm not shooting for his head.
Yep, gotcha. Alright, so generic shot, make the shot with your alchemical fire.
Shoot.
Ooh,
18, 23.
23.
Is that the one with the question
Alright,
mark on it?
so
No,
roll your
that's
bolt,
the-
roll your bolt damage,
Oh,
and
that's the questionable quality one. Sorry.
That's the questionable. That's the one with the question mark on it because
Oh,
you rolled so
So
well.
I'm firing a firebolt?
alright, it's a 23 still.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one with
The
the
bolt
question
the
mark
bolt
on it.
fires forward, and you see it impact into the side of the creature's neck, and the vial boofs in flame. You see this flame wash over it. It does connect and does hit. The creature like recoils backwards. Go ahead and roll your cross bolt damage, add your dex, and roll the damage for your fire.
What the question mark stand for anyway?
That's for me to know, not for you to know. he doesn't even know what it meant. That's the thing. It's just like, I think I did it.
2d6, 3d6, okay. Here we go. Grand total of 21.
Whew!
You need 3 more of those.
Alright, 21.
Wait.
Any?
Plus my dex. So
23. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
You need to make more of those.
no, that's it.
Okay, so because you did the threshold and damage, it could spit them out. Constitution saving throw. Natural 20 keeps you in its mouth. Sorry, man. The dice narrate the story. Alright, Ulrich's turn's done.
See,
the creature, as this arrow impedes itself in the neck, you see this light blue, almost clearish looking liquid kind of like pump out after each like heartbeat, and the flames wash over and start charring away at this really white albino-ish like skin. The several arms that are on its body kind of like coil and like wrap around, trying to like reach out to the flames, but they just can't quite make it. The creature, you see like creature kind of like almost spit Roderick up, but it keeps its mouth closed. Roderick's legs are kicking. And it definitely looks injured, but it doesn't look like it's done.
Can Roger get an arm free?
Not currently.
Don't I need his fingers? I don't need all that.
All right, so now it's technically Roderick's turn. So Roderick, it's your turn. What would you like to do? You're currently restrained.
Just fire bullets inside.
So there's this ton like wrapped around your arms and on your body, and it's so slimy and sticky, and it's really human in its mouth, and you feel like this, not so much teeth, but like this, like kind of like a frog, like it's muscle constricting on you, and it's starting to crush and snap your bones. You're kind of feeling like you're going to be dislocated soon. Just a ton of pressure being inserted on your body as this muscle is just trying to force you down its throat, and you're kicking, you're crawling. What are you trying to do?
I am trying to use this freaking void bolt to get down those roads.
Alright, so you can cast Void Bolt if you want. This is your last... is this the free Void Bolt or is this a spell Void Bolt?
I will use it as the free one.
Okay, so go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Nope.
How do you even miss that?
Yeah.
Can you even miss that?
So, what is he tries to, like, coalesce the spell into his hands to, like, try to twist and throw it down his throat. But as he's doing it and he's enchanting, you guys hear this muffled, like, as he's casting the Void Bolt, basically. The creature just, like, it snaps down on you, like it bites in, and the pain makes you actually lose concentration on casting the spell. You couldn't finish casting it. So the energy was spent, but you didn't complete it, and so it just fizzles out in your hand before you can do it. And you're like, son of a bitch, that was my chance! And now you're so... in its mouth. Anything else in your turn, sir?
Let me see. Most action. Gosh. How big is this thing?
It's bigger than you. You can fit in its mouth. It could swallow you whole.
Gosh, someone else had a big mouth instead. Well, I believe that is.
All right, Haname,
All I can do.
you're up. You're currently you're currently flying with Evelyn holding on to you, kind of like wobbling a bit as the spell's trying to keep you both up. What do you want to do?
Alright. As a free action, can I look down at her and basically, like, would it be possible to get, like, some sort of nod or something from her being like, is it okay if I drop you to go fly?
Well, you can look at her, but there's no way for her to immediately know what you're saying. So, just do what you want to do.
Alright.
Just narrate what you're doing, and then she can try to do what she wants to do back. I don't know.
Alright. I'm going to look down with a serious face and kind of like nod to the ground real quick in a questionnaire, or in an...
Yeah, it's not going to be really possible. You nod towards the ground and you lift your eyebrows up like, yeah, and then, Evelyn, what do you want to do? If anything.
Well, isn't she holding on to me? It's her choice to drop me, isn't it?
Right, but she's basically... So I don't think it matters if you agree or not, but do you believe?
Do what you gotta do.
Alright, so she nods back.
Well, she's not quite in that water yet, so I'm going to drop her where she is.
Alright, so you guys are currently like barely hovering above the water as your toes were tipping into it anyway, so it's not even like a fall. She lands on her heels, no prone. She's fine. She's just partially in the water. Her boots are already soaked. You're still flying.
Alright, so I'm flying. I'm going to fly over here. And I'm going to be flying up a bit.
Okay. The roof is closer down over here. There's not much height you can get onto. It's about 10 feet tall, so you can kind of like pin yourself up there, I guess. Like, you put your head against this roof if you want.
Basically as high as I can comfortably be.
Basically, it's 5 feet. You can get 5 feet in the air is about the max, and that's kind of, it's slightly uncomfortable, but if you kind of like tilt yourself in a way, you can make it happen.
Alright, well with that, I'm going to do that, and I guess I'm going to try and... Is this creature more than 5 feet wide?
It's technically in the department of actually a medium-sized creature, but it's like the way it's positioned. Its body is smaller than its head. Its head is very massive, but it kind of like coils in on itself. It's got a very flexible vertebrae, so it meets the requirements of a medium creature. But if you actually like elongated it, it wouldn't be a large creature. It just doesn't fit that space.
I'm just asking, could I do something that's like a 5-foot wide line without hitting Doma or Roderick from this angle?
Roderick's gonna get hit by lightning bolt. He's in its mouth. He's in its body.
I mean, like if I hit the back half.
Nope.
I'm
It's not
touching
long.
it.
Not
That's the deal.
not long enough either way. It's a 5. It fits in a 5-foot square. Its head's quite large, but it's still a 5-foot square. You would electrocute Roderick if you lightning bolted it. Might be worth it. Might not be. That's your decision. Well, that's your character's decision. Do what your character would do.
All right. Well, I'm going to take my short bow and I guess try to aim and hit it.
All right, take a shot. Pew.
That would be a 13.
It's not enough. The arrow flies off and it actually like hits it, but bounces off the body. There's a little bit of like a scratch, like it almost could have hurt it, but nothing, no blood comes out. And the arrow flies off and splooshes off into the distance somewhere out there. You still hear this like these things flushing towards you guys. But they're getting louder. They're getting closer. You're not sure how much longer you got before they will actually start making appearances. Anything else, Haname, with your turn?
We gotta do something quick. And then that's it.
Okay. No bonus action used. Evelyn, you're up.
Fireball.
Oh, fireball would hit people.
Into the distance. Just an idea.
She is doing her turn. What would you like to do, Evelyn?
I'm going to chromatic orbit with fire.
Okay.
God, this thing is really getting burned.
Roll to hit.
Yeah.
20 something.
That hits.
15 plus 7.
That hits. Roll your 3d8, I think, for level 1 chromatic orb.
Sounds about right.
So Evelyn, you lay on the ground and then enter this puddle of water. You pull your diamond out. You start casting. This energy starts fluctuating in the diamond. The diamond shines bright orange, and then as a little bead of energy flies off towards the creature.
11.
11 fire damage. Okay. It strikes into the creature. You see the flames kind of wash over it. It's like over its like left leg, and it burns the leg. You see it kind of twist, the skin twisting back and exposing some internal like sinew and muscle. But it's still just trying to chomp in on this meal. Seems like these things are used to their prey, their whatever they're eating. Yeah, their prey. No, bird of prey. Okay, whatever. The victim. It's eating. It's used to its victim being resistant. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Alright, so after your firebolt hits, the creature's head kind of droops down. It seems to be losing strength. It's hurt. Alright. Annual.
What the fuck is she gonna do?
I know, that's exactly like I've been thinking about you guys. I didn't know what that's why I have this NPC that I have to control. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa. This is way wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She'll fly over here. Action. Bah. What do we want to do, boss? What do we want to do? Oh my god, yeah, I guess she's gonna do that. This is the first time she's ever done this in front of you guys. Alright. She lifts one hand in the air, she flies backwards towards you guys, and a very large, translucent, golden spear just appears next to the creature,
What?
and it just strikes it right in front of you guys.
Manifest weapon, right?
So we're just gonna make that be the item. And it's going to do. First, I have to lose the spell slot. Second of all, 1d8. Right, make a melee attack, right? Yes, make a melee attack. Alright. No! God, she sucks at offensive shit. Well, so it seems to strike it, but it misses. The creature seems to duck underneath it. You hear like this kind of crackle as the spear kind of swings through the air, but it doesn't strike it. So that's that spell slot wasted. That's her bonus action. With her action, the best she could do is now is a cantrip. Yeah, I guess she'll just try to fucking
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame it. Here comes the text save. That's gonna fucking pass. Oh yay, 5! It hits! Alright, she's on a roll! 2 in a row!
I like how he's cheering for Aniel now.
It only does 5 radiant damage, but hey, whatever. Oh my god. 30, it's taking a little. This radiant energy strikes into the top of the creature's head near its cranium, on top of its skull, like in between its eyes. It courses off, bouncing off, and kind of illuminating the darkness above. The creature is taking damage, and it sees like this almost swollen, red, inflamed area of this very albino-ish looking skin. And that's her turn. All right, it's the creature's turn. We're on turn 2 now. Okay, so they flood closer to you. The one here is going to bite down harder on you, Doma. I'm sorry, not Doma. Roderick. You're restrained, so it has advantage. That's a 21 to hit. I'm pretty sure that hits, right?
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Okay, and so you will take 4 plus 6. You will take 10 piercing damage as the body tries to bite into you more. You're still restrained. And that's its current turn. The other ones you hear them like flooding in. It sounds like that maybe 1 or 2 of them might be upon you guys next turn, potentially. Okay, back at the top, Doma.
Let's see if I can fucking hit it this time. Ah, my god. It's 19 hit.
Yes.
Good. No, that's 20. My bad.
Okay, it still hits.
Divine Smite his ass, please.
Okay, you can roll on your damage. Level 1?
I'm a hell of a level 1. I use both my level 2 slots.
Okay, so level 1. So you had 2d8s. It's not anything special beyond that. So 2d8s plus your weapon damage.
That's a 6 plus something.
Yes, you were given the short sword back, so you do have that correct. So it's going to be 2d8s plus d6 plus 2 plus your strength mod, which was 4. So add 6 to whatever you roll here, man.
Alright.
Brilliant. 15.
Do my best. I do. That's a lot of damage, though. Considering how badly I fail.
Alright, okay,
So when you get to this thing,
okay, go ahead.
That's 8.
That hits.
21.
That hits. Roll damage if you want to divine smite it. Okay, once again, so there's another level 1 spell slot. Again, add 6, right? So 16. As you strike it this time with that, it's 2 strikes of your short sword piercing into this creature, and this radiant energy kind of explodes across its body and it illuminates a shadow behind. From our perspective, because most of us are looking from the opposite angle of you, we just see like a silhouette of it as this light kind of cascades past it, and the creature just slumps down, and Roderick, you're free. You guys have killed this one.
Go.
Can I run over there and call him out?
No, you can't. Your action's been used, but you can move, and you hear them coming. So where'd you like to go?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fucking 6, right? I can move 6 every turn.
You can move 6 spaces, yes.
There we go.
So yeah, Roderick, the slack in the tongue just gives, and you feel yourself hitting the ground, and the mouth like opens up, and there's just like this bad breath coming from inside its body, coming
I
out.
just do a salute back at the corpse. Good luck!
All right, and now it's Oric's turn. Oric, you see it slump, you saw Doma, you're like, let's go, and he just starts running back towards the lake, and Roderick seems to be free. His legs are still, he's still in the mouth, but the tongue has gone slack, and the creature is just not moving, blood leaking out into the puddles of water that already exists in the area.
I grab the crossbow bolt and yell out to everyone, or not yell, I like say to everyone, it's like, okay, quiet. And I shoot the acid arrow over that direction.
Make a shot. Make an attack roll.
I don't know if that's gonna work, but I really hope it does.
Attack rolls 17.
Okay, can you pin the spot you're shooting towards again? That's 30. That's 150 feet. This gun, a crossbow. It's a light crossbow.
Yep.
Okay, it's gonna go farther than that. Basically, it goes about 300 feet out there. You don't even hear it impact the ground. You don't know what happens to it. Just. Whew.
I mean, I wasn't. I have to shoot it at a pretty steep angle to make it.
Oh, you were trying to hit the ground there. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Then.
I was trying to hit somewhere here.
Sure, you were trying to hit the ground there. Okay. So, I mean, you fire it out there, but you don't hear it connect anything. You don't hear what happens. It's past your field of view. The sound the creatures are making of them stomping towards you is way more loud, as there's just so many coming. Maybe it did something, maybe it didn't. You don't know, unfortunately.
That's fine. I call out to Roger, let's get out of here and start. I move and wait for him at the edge of the water.
Cut.
What?
Alright, Roderick, you're up. You're currently prone.
Oh man. Alright. Have to move it to get up.
Alright, you get up, and you kind of take this massive tongue, you push it to the side, you're all covered in saliva, your body hurts, you smell terrible, as this internal stomach, waft into you, I should say. And you hurt. Don't forget you hurt, because it did catch you pretty bad there.
It was right there, and where are the creatures coming from?
They're everywhere down here. Anywhere down here. There's just you just hear tons of movement flooding down. It sounds like there's even there's potentially some coming directly from the direction you're trying to go to. Just and water splashing everywhere, and you hear them go.
Just a moment, I'm gonna make sure I get this right, because I'm going to... Oh, I forgot, what was it, 20 feet or 30 feet for that?
Hunger of
20
Hunger.
feet. Yeah.
I think it's 20-foot radius.
It's 20.
You want to do the tentacles?
I don't have that spell.
Who does that spell?
He's talking about Edward's black tentacles. It's
Yeah, I don't have access to
But he's
that.
talking Hunger Hotter. Hunter Hotter is basically what you guys did before, and I think he's referring to that. You guys are probably confusing two different spells, but yeah, you're actually both. You guys are technically talking about the same thing here. In the end, Evelyn, you did 11. It would have been 15.
It kind of wouldn't matter.
It still wouldn't have made him regurgitate. But he would have still died at the same turn, so it ultimately doesn't affect anything. But it is good to remember all your shit, though, for sure.
I know, I was sitting there going, shit.
I might not have
Ah, shit.
So,
Okay, just know I'm gonna do Hunger Hotter. I'm just gonna figure out the location. Go ahead to the next person. I'll point it out to you when it's...
alright, cool.
Did you
Yep,
read it?
go ahead and read it, figure it out. Alright, would you like to... Oh, you did move. Yep, okay.
Yeah, we're ready.
Haname. Roderick's 3, and you just swarming towards you guys.
Alright, I'm flying, picking up Evelyn on my way, and swinging to head over.
All right, you were. Where would you start? Over here.
Yeah.
You can get her basically here, and she can be on top of you. Basically, she can grab onto you.
Mm-hmm.
Once you pick her up, you lose half your theoretical speed, like carrying her. Kinda. So you really don't really gain anywhere new, but you have her in your arms. So next turn, there's much more benefit to it.
Yeah.
Evelyn, it's technically your turn. Do you grab onto her like hand as she like extends her hand out to you to like, let's go?
Can I do one thing first?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can attempt to. She's reaching out towards you. You guys are kind of doing this in unison. What would you like to do?
I wanna use distance spell and do a fireball like 250 feet out.
Aim the direction where you're going. Where
Big
exactly?
old boom way up there.
Like somewhere out here. Okay, so it's not necessarily exactly the skill, but yeah, 200 feet out there. The length of the how come you guys? It was approximately about 300 to 400 feet wide. The length is substantially longer than that, but it will go out, 200 feet or however far you want to shoot it. So how far do you want to? How many feet?
I would say 250.
All right, so 250 feet out in that direction. Okay.
Yep.
Big old
Dex,
boom.
Dex saving throws, lose the sorcery points, roll the damage, and you guys will see what happens. That's one failure. That's 2 failures.
Oh my god.
That's 3 failures. That's 4 failures. That's 5 failures. You hit 5. 5 failures for max damage. Damn.
Oh my god.
So you do know they're approximate HP pools, so it's probably not gonna one-shot them, but it's gonna hurt. I mean, it could one-shot if you rolled fucking amazing. It's possible.
That's pretty amazing.
I meant like she'd have to be pretty much perfect to one-shot them, but because it's 8 times 6, so actually that's 42. No, even the best roll could not. No, 48.
I'm just gonna keep the sorcery point. It's 34 plus my bonus.
So 35? Yeah, so 35. So as you fire this little bead of light and goes go out there, and you see kind of like water kind of like being splashed up from the massive trajectory of how far you shot it with your sorcery point. It flies incredibly quick because it has to get there in 6 seconds, right? Flies out there, and you see mist kind of get blown up, and it actually is providing a little bit of illumination. And then you get a ton of illumination about 200 feet away, and you just see tons of these things. A lot of that sound you guys see is basically towards the middle. It provides a brilliant flash of light, and for a brief moment, you guys see the peril that's facing you. Yeah, there's about mid-20 or so of these things. It looks like about less than 30, but more than 20 of these things just flooding over here. Most of them are in the middle. You don't get to see this corner. You don't see the corner you're currently in besides the light already, but you do see this area, and there's just like 20 of these things mass, and 5 of them are caught in the explosion, and they're just as their flames kind of light quickly dies down, but you hear these groans and screams of whatever these things are. I mean, well done indeed. You fuck. So if we're keeping track of stats, that would be 35. Yeah, 35 times 5 damage. This is the most amount of damage anyone's done with one ability in our game so far. If anyone cares to keep track of stats, anyone does. I'm not going to. I'm just saying, if you would like to.
Whoever's ever done most damage.
I'm just curious, though.
That's 175 damage.
Yep, 175 damage with one action. Okay, anything. So and then your rest of your turn, we're basically you're gonna use your movement to kind of latch onto her, and I'm cool with that. All right, cool. So, but there's a ton of these things coming. You hit a quarter of them.
The rest of us spend our next turns just slack-jawed, gaping mouth.
Larry, make my circle for me.
What do you? Oh, yeah. This is the starting point.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. It's Hunger Potter. It's gonna be purple.
40 or 20?
I can't do that. I don't know how to get the lines. For, it's like 20. 20.
There
big spell.
It's fireball. That's a big fireball is.
Something happened.
You are?
It still does that.
Yeah, but automatically does it. Sweet! No! What happened?
Can't you undo? Can't you undo?
I'm working
my
on it.
goodness.
Oh, man. Alright, just bear with the reloading.
Who did that?
Alright, that's all.
Oh, fuck. It's... Oh, man. It doesn't have the redo of it actually completed. Alright, fuck it.
Insert emojis. Who did this?
Approximation roll. Alright, so it's out there. You know, it's out there. Alright, so you cast it. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and... It's our angel's turn.
It should get a noise about 30 feet away.
The angel's turn. Who the...
We're just like, no, we're running. We are running.
How hurt do you look right now, Roderick?
Pretty beat up, man. Like at death's door.
Okay, so she's gonna cast...
Jesus.
She's going... She can't. That's... Wait, we took a short rest. Wait, when did she do...
We did.
Yes, you did take a short rest.
No,
So, Roderick, she's gonna... She grabs her holy symbol. Oh, she doesn't have a holy symbol, right. And just muttering... I'm so used to it for all my clerics. And she mutters something under her breath. Her wings kind of fur out, and she's currently flapping to keep herself afloat. And a large wave of light just kind of plumes out and spirals out from her, like if she was like a center of a drip of water, and then on a two-dimensional plane, a circle kind of erupts next to her feet that are currently floating in the air, which the circle of golden yellow energy kind of radiates and touches all of you. Roderick, you can heal up to your max, up to half your HP. What is it? What are you at currently, and what's your half waypoint?
I'm at 5, my max is 3.
You're at 5 health? Holy shit!
Yeah.
Alright, what's half though? What's
Why do you
half?
want to kill Roderick so bad?
He was the target. He made the most noise.
16.5.
Alright, so you can heal 11 health. Alright, 11. She has 20.
No, I'm saying. Oh, yeah.
Alright, so then is anyone else under half health currently right now?
Nope.
Alright, so then it's completely... The rest of it's wasted, so it heals you up to half HP, and then that's the rest of that action.
That's one hell of a fucking spell.
Yeah, but it can only heal you up to half. It can't heal you beyond that, and it has a pool. Well, anyways, so that's that, and then she's gonna fly. 1, 2, 3, 4. She'll go. She'll. Damn it! I don't know what to do. I goes here. Yeah, this is where she'll go. She'll stop.
Go.
Alright, Anil's turn's done, and now the creatures appear, and, yeah, the light that you saw, there were some that were going to basically get within field of view on this turn.
But
Wait.
what's the... Hey,
So they
there's
didn't respond by the fireball?
Oh, yes.
Not to mention...
I rather hunger and Adar. That definitely affects those ones. You are correct.
Shouldn't the ones that shouldn't be drawn to it too? So you're gonna hear about 30 feet away, so they should just wouldn't that distract them a little?
I mean, so you gotta remember. So okay, yeah, you make a good point. There's sounds being made by these things. There's sounds being made by the giant explosion. There was sounds being made by you guys screaming, and there was sounds of you guys making thunderstorms. There's sounds everywhere. All right, so but not all of them are just gonna fucking flock. If there's that many things to eat, they're gonna swarm to where they think there's food. And so if there's a bunch of them in the middle, some of them are gonna be wise enough to know that there's not gonna be anything for them. So they're gonna go for where they can get food. So yeah, those guys end up there, and then there was 2 more down here, which you can't even see yet. So I can't show you because then you would
Freak out?
Yeah.
How late are we going? Just out of curiosity.
This is the last thing.
We're probably gonna die here, so...
I refuse. I really wish I had my misty steps.
Well, I mean, having this little hidden area, hidden areas, so we know roughly their location.
I'm actually more worried about what's in the water than that.
All right. So now at this point that their turn ends, they just
Check save throws, please.
A giant necrotic explosion.
So they enter your sphere, your zone. I mean, honestly, the damage they do to it, it's not going to kill them in time. So I'm not going to even really worry about damage. It does slow them, and that is helping you. So, it's not going to kill them before they claw out of it. They have about 60 HP, and so they can't.
It's just that they start, they hit it, they get hit in the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
If they're in
Doma, you're up.
Run up to the side of the water and point my not in the water, side of the water, and point my shield out there. See if I can see that creepy face in the water.
Make a perception roll.
I don't want to just jump in and die. 19! So 18!
You don't see anything above water, and the way the light reflects off the water, you can't really see what's going in the water, unfortunately. Not with a 19. It is an unknown variable still.
He's so embarrassed. There I go.
Alright, you take a step in, and pff, you immediately are now swimming, so you can move half the remaining speed that you had remaining.
Pretty sure that's about it, unless I dash, which I'm going to.
So you can move 3 more. Okay. Doma's turn's done. Orc, you're up.
God, an actual fear I have is swimming in the expand. This is really freaking me out.
Fall back one step and grab Roderick and start climbing.
Okay. So that means you can move half your remaining move left to get out there. So you can go another, I guess it's technically only 2 squares because you used one of them. Yeah. Alright. It's awkward because it doesn't
have the flight spell?
He does, but the way, because you have to spend part of your time to grab onto it, and then, I mean, it doesn't seem very action economy worth the first turn, but the next turns it would be beneficial. So you have to do the math. Is it worth it over the entirety? And you guys have no idea what that corn after that turn, what it looks like. So it could be worth it, could not. Roderick, I assume you jump on and you just accept it?
Yeah.
Alright. Haname, you're up. You're currently floating with Evelyn currently holding on to you. She's kind of like trying to like hold on to your she's trying to like climb on your back, and it's an awkward like shuffle of you guys really close together.
Is it possible for me to dash?
Yes, it is possible to dash while flying.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
Alright, as soon as you get to that area,
You can see me.
click. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
I mean, I was going to start around the corner, but
Yeah,
I thought
okay, so-
you were giving me information.
No, that's as much as you're getting right now. I'm trying to see if anything else is done. So as you turn around the corner and you look down there, it's dark. Oh, it's dark. You can't see shit down there.
Don't care.
Wow.
Going down the tunnel
Because your light spell, the only thing giving you guys light out past this corner is behind you over the water. So.
Alright, and as a bonus action, I will. Whoops. Ah! Trying to. Dang it, I'm trying to select just him. There we go.
There's only one thing that can really carry me out of the situation. I don't think she loves me.
There
That's
we
kind of
go.
stuff you probably would want to ask when you're not in peril. I don't know.
Maybe it's
Just, hey,
Alright, anywho. Alright.
pick me up.
So, it's Haname, you want to do something with your bonus action. What was it?
after you stop.
I
I
moved the dancing.
Okay. Doesn't change anything. You do move the dancing light over here, and the light gets you 10 feet from this area, which is right up to there. You do see a wall.
The dead end. The fuck's dead end.
This is literally like triggering.
You see a wall there, and you kind of, through the effects of the light in the water, looks like
Oh, it's a hallway.
it looks like that's the end of the archway. About
Is
20.
there floor?
Is this right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry.
Is there a floor below us?
Oh, so I actually have to move my...
Yes, it's there. I'm sorry. Yeah, it landed there. Yeah, my bad.
Which
It's
means
supposed to be
I
20
can
feet.
move it here and just illuminate the
Yeah, sure, whatever you want. Is it a dead end? You can't tell. No, well, Evelyn, you can see 60 feet down there.
Right.
It's not your turn. We'll worry about it on your turn.
Which is now.
Yeah, Evelyn, it's your turn. As you open your eyes, you look down the hallway, and the little lights are moving with you. You guys are like skidding past the water. It's kind of like your Haname's toes keep dipping into it every now and then. Evelyn, you look down there. Make a perception roll. These like floating orbs are kind of like of dancing light are flowing behind with you guys, and you hear the creatures flooding in past you through the deep water. You hear some big splashes. Some of them are in that pool with you guys, the rest of the party. 13. Okay, well, so you definitely see the walls going forward on here, out 60 feet, but there doesn't appear to be anything else in the middle. Just
Is there water below us still?
Please tell me there's not. Please tell me there's not. Please tell me there's not.
can't really tell because you need light to kind of reflect it. It's kind of hard to. Well, I mean, there's splashing going on, so there could be ripples. But you rolled a 9? No, you rolled a 13. There is water in here, but you don't know how far it goes. So it could dry off. It could keep going all the way through. It could just go deeper down. You don't know. What do you want to do, Evelyn, if anything?
There's nothing I can do.
Pretty much. All right, Aniel's turn.
Well, I mean, if you're only holding, like, if we're basically doing like the I have one arm on you, you have one arm on me, you could cast something.
Okay, so does Oryx still have her light spell on him? Is that right?
No.
No one has. No one has it. Right. Yeah, that's right. We only have the fucking... Alright, so she's gonna cast cantrip. She's gonna cast cantrip light on her fucking staff. And she's gonna come out to here. Which... Boom!
Rip.
I mean, I guess I could have firebolt down there to see if there's anything down there, but...
So you guys, you see two of these creatures like treading high in the water. They're swimming rapidly towards you. They're barely in the vision of her light. It's technically larger than it is, but I'm not gonna fucking micromanage this to the fucking shit it needs to be. All right, so that's you. Everyone else that's in this room can see. There's two of them coming, cutting you guys off pretty quickly. And now it's technically their turn. And submerge. This one submerges underwater, and this one submerges underwater, and they swim towards you guys.
I'm very upset.
Oh, come on. Okay, cool.
This triggers so many fears.
All right, I know exactly where they are. All right, it's now. Oh, right. 1, 2, 3. It's difficult terrain, right, Half?
Yep.
Alright. That one's still in it. You can kind of start seeing silhouettes. They're getting really fucking close. More coming. You guys are about to get hit hard. Doma, you're up.
No,
These are just the initial ones. There's more coming. That's all I can really say.
I know your evil tactics is making me cry. Okay, what the fuck is this thing again?
That's just like a hook in the wall, kind of like like a natural forming, like jettison that pops out that you could have tied a rope to.
I can tie a rope to, but I can't climb to it.
With fucking what's his name's rope, magical rope.
Yeah, but I can't climb on top of it.
It's not gonna. I mean, it's like a handlebar, man. It's like a handlebar made of stone. You could grab onto it with one hand and pull yourself up, but I mean, it doesn't change anything with your predicament that you have to swim to move.
I can jump if I climb on top of it.
It's not climbing on top of it. It's just a handlebar that's floating on the wall. You grab and you pull yourself up. How are you jumping on nothing? You're gonna jump on water? Are you Jesus?
No, here's the thing. What he plans on doing is climbing up that wall and then jumping backward towards the monster.
Yes.
So I mean, it's not. I'm just telling you, for game knowledge, it's not going to benefit your current situation, unless you had the jump spell, I guess.
It could benefit us.
Jump spell. That
Yeah,
thing
he's
is
eternal.
eternal.
He does have a jump spell. It's in his boots.
My boots, and they're eternal. They never gave me any use for them.
Okay, so then you're trying to grab on that, and okay, and how are you trying to do this? You're trying to grab onto it. You pull yourself like halfway out of the water. Your feet are still in the water, and you're kicking off the wall.
Never mind. I just missed it forwards.
Okay. All right, then that makes it. All right. Make a
I just want to
perception.
leave water.
Make a perception roll. There, Doma.
I just want to leave water. One. I see nothing. You can't scare me.
It's not. It's not. You don't see something. You feel something running by your legs.
Lucky it. I want to know what it is.
You can't. You already know the fate. You can't lucky it anymore. It's too late. You keep the lucky. You have the lucky before you know the result. All right. So you felt something. There's and as you enter the hallway, it's still you can't touch ground. It's very deep here, and you feel like there was something that just swam by your legs. But now it's Oric's turn.
How could it die?
Fly.
Shut Gandalf!
I'm going to take my action and my movement dash.
Of course we are.
Properly
That's as far as I get, right?
You can get six spaces with Roderick on your back.
I'm sorry.
do. Swimming at night.
Hold on. Doma, be quiet for a second.
You can go 6 spaces with your movement, and then you can, if you dash, you can go another 6.
I don't know if we still have it.
No.
Normally it would be, but I've already stated that the precedent was that you could, and I'm not going to change that in the middle of this fucking situation, so... Alright, so you get yourself in that hallway, and, alright. Roderick, make a perception check.
What's the
You didn't sound very confident with that.
Roll better than me.
Alright, I'm gonna ask for the best hands, the best roll
Dude, you
you
got
possibly get, and I'm gonna get a nat 1, knowing my luck.
Do it.
Alright.
Do it. Come on.
Alright, here we go.
Does it?
much for that now.
Alright, nat 20 up to
25.
a distance of 60 feet. So as you look down the hallway, and you're looking, try to see anything, you see that, you get the following. You've seen the ripples in the water and the light kind of bouncing down, and you go, okay, it looks like the ripples are decreasing in intensity as they go down, which makes you feel like, okay, that means the water is lowering in density. So, not density, volume. So it looks like it's going upwards, which means that you would be getting out of the water if you keep going that direction. That's the best you can surmise with your nat 20. You don't see anything blocking your path at least 60 feet forward, so you could run down that area if you so desire.
All about myself?
Well, you can't move because you're holding on to it. So, but I'm just saying, like, your group could keep going down that way, and you have more information than them, so you could utter it or just be a dick and hold on to it.
Guys, we have to make a break for that in that direction. Should be able to get out the water, and you would, Roderick would. We try to swing down and swat Doma, and say you can, you gotta keep it up, and give him some guidance.
Just like he's going to kick you in the back of the head and be like, "Get your stuff together."
All right. So you tried to cast guidance on Doma, who's currently swimming, and he's got this shock of fear on his face, like, I'm gonna die! Game over, man! Game over! Alright, so guidance spell on Doma, and now it's Haname's turn.
I really don't know why shit.
Haname?
Alright, well... Zoidberging, as far down this hall.
Alright, you go 60 feet down there. And as you go up, there's an increase in elevation, and as you go 60 feet, you can see that the water actually is shallow at that point, and that if you step down, you would be in about an ankle deep worth of water, and you could just keep going, and you would effectively, like, another 10 feet, and you're on, it's just land, going upward.
Alright. So, at this point, since it's basically like that, I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action to get these dancing lights within this area.
Okay. Evelyn?
And
Anything for you?
yeah.
Because you used your bonus action, you used your movement, and you're holding on, right? So.
Yeah.
You said there's land how far ahead of me?
About 10 feet. There's land underneath you now. It's just like it's ankle deep water, but in 10 feet, it's you solid land, no water.
Oh man.
But if I
And-
swim, I do half my speed, right? Or if I get down.
It won't affect your move
Oh,
speed
it's
with that
walking,
shallow.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
You said ankle deep. Alright. How do I put me down? I'm just gonna walk up from here.
I'll let go.
All right, so you let go, and now you're
Splash.
you move up, you get on land, and you go forward. And how far forward do you go?
I just want to get up closer to the edge, not too far.
So as you look as you're down, and you see a flat stone wall, 30 feet in front of you.
30 feet.
30 feet in front of you.
So it is a dead end.
No. There's a flat wall 30 feet in front
There's
of
a
you.
flat wall in front of me.
But there is a 90-degree angle turn going. All right, let's think about this now.
Made a right turn at Albuquerque.
It is a right turn, a 90-degree right turn.
Albuquerque never works out.
Alright.
Freaking Albuquerque.
Anything else in your turn?
I'm just gonna yell out, hey, there's land up here. Keep coming.
Alright. Annie's turn. She should have been doing this earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I thought she was already up here.
Yeah, but she could have been moving her beautiful level 2 spell she wasted. Now she's not going to use anything of it. And she's going to just float. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She'll go up to here because one of you's swimming, right? Yeah, Doma. Yeah, so she'll try to be like potential aid to help you in worst case scenario. All right, now it's the creature's turn. All right, so here's where they were, based on where the last turn starts. Don't hate me, guys. This is how it came out.
Oh, I hate me. I hate me so much.
Every time he says don't hate me, you know it's gonna be bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so
Fuck your puddles in the room.
they start there and they surface there.
Hello.
Who has light spell on them right now?
I do.
Doma's shield.
Roderick, you don't have light on you?
No.
Actually, it doesn't matter. They are blind. That's right. Let's see. Can I have all you guys make stealth checks?
Can I not have disadvantage just because I'm in the water and not making noise?
No, that makes way more noise. What?
You get to add a D4 to it at least.
So close.
You can add a D4 to your roll.
It doesn't matter if it's nat 1.
Nat 1 on Doma. Anyone else?
No, I'm luckying it.
I got another 20.
Next, Nat 20 on
Okay.
Petite.
I'm re-rolling that nat 1, so it becomes
16.
12
Okay.
plus what,
So
4?
22.
All right, so 19.
What am I adding?
No, it's just the 4 in the back, including the annual.
What was the guidance?
It can add a D4.
One
This is
D4.
your
One
deck
D4.
or some shit.
1 d4. I have to roll the d4?
Yes, you consume it on the
Oh
check.
my God.
21.
No, it's just the 4 in the back. You 2 in the front are too far away.
Okay.
That's
All
a
right,
depressing
so
one.
natural 20 on
That's,
green.
13.
13.
There's more in here.
All right, Doma. The creatures, and they open their jaws, and pink tons come flying your way because you're the most noisy of everyone in our group.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Does a 15 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. One of them misses. The second one is a 24.
Oh, no, that doesn't hit me. I would like to say.
Alright, so 1 ton hits you and you're yanked back 30 feet.
I'd like some cutting words about
I
it.
thought he had to make a saving throw for that.
You're right, he does.
Like to actually get pulled.
Correct. Make a dex saving. I'm sorry, strength saving throw. Well, it. Make a strength saving throw.
My last chance. Oh, man.
Okay, I'm trying to help you, okay?
You got it.
20.
On a 20, he just like, oh my goodness.
Hold it.
That's 27.
So you will take damage still.
You slap the tongue away.
No, what I fully expected to happen is like him, like right when the tongue comes by, he just like rolls his arm around it, grabs the tongue, pulls the creature to him, and then just like headbutts it in.
Alright, so you take
That's ridiculous.
17 bludgeoning damage
Oh, jeez.
as the tongue wraps around you and tries to start pulling you, but you just start pounding it with your short sword and you start chopping at it, and you manage to cut part of the tongue where it actually let go, and didn't expect that kind of damage.
Did you
And
say 12 or 13?
I said 16?
16.
No, 17. I said 17. 17 bludgeoning damage.
Alright, that's fine.
And that was this one over here that hit you. The other one missed. Okay.
Fuck your 20, whatever. I have the best chance to avoid their tongues, in all honesty. Because of my strength saving throws. They're +7.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Doma, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
I'm crying. Here comes an aboleth. 16 plus wisdom. Saving throw?
Yes.
That's +6.
Okay. In the
At least
moment
I
of just
think
being
Jesus
struck,
Christ.
your fear of underwater shit touching your legs, I gotta move, and so you're not feared. You can do your shit.
Oh, right, fuck, I get it. I'm proficient in it, that's why I have a +6. I'm like, but I have a -1. Like, how
You
am I
also
doing
have
this?
advantage on wisdom saving throws, don't you?
I might.
The bracelet.
No, that's not mine.
It's on Evelyn now. Anyways, she can use it on any saving throw, and regardless, he has ridiculously high saving throws because of his fucking devotion aura. So, anyways, it's your turn, Doma. You may not take your turn. You're not afraid of what may or may not be in this water.
Oh, yes, I am. Just I'm a lot more afraid of not moving. That's 6.
Okay, you move 6 spaces. You get a little bit more distance. Your feet are now touching ground. No, wait. That's way out here. That's where you're touching ground.
Where am I touching ground?
Okay. Yep, you're not touching ground yet. You're still swimming. You're soon. It's soon. Next turn, basically. Auric, you're up.
Okay, I am gonna continue to fly.
Cut.
Don't stay near those things, for God's sake.
Oh, why not?
I do have one idea.
I don't.
1, 2,
Oh no, I do.
4, 5, 6. Sprinting.
Is it anything like your feigned death?
No.
5, 6.
I
It's
cast
at-
feigned death on Dona.
All right.
Everyone.
Roderick, there's theoretically ground within 10 feet of you.
I shall go onto the ground.
All right, you jump down and you're on the ground. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I could throw a couple blows at them, but
Nope, you can't see him.
can't see them.
I'm
Oh,
glowing, but I'm too far away. Those cantrips are still going, but those are 10 feet. Yeah, he can't see him.
alright, I'm gonna start going towards that bend, I guess.
All right.
The
So you
right
kinda group
turn
up
for
with you-
Albuquerque.
Yep, you start making the right turn. All right.
Want to group up here, people? Or
And
where are
then
we going?
Haname, you're up.
So, question. The roof,
Just inspire me.
the roof above, like the opening here, does it look collapsible?
Maybe.
Make a. Oh, okay, well, this is definitely going to be intelligence, right? Yeah, make an intelligence check.
Well, here's hoping. Just, that's a flat 16.
I'm not. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. If you can get something that hits it hard enough, it's possible.
In that case, I'm going to aim like right here.
At the ceiling?
Yeah, at the ceiling, like right there at the opening.
I swear to God, if you're using lightning, I'll kill you.
What are you using?
Shatter.
Okay. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but Shatter has a 60-foot range, right?
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. It would be like here, here, here.
Correct. That's
It'd
where
be
my
right there
cool. That's where my
last
cursor was. All right, and it's a 20-foot cube. Was that right?
line. Yep.
All right. Annual gets hit by it, but you can do it. Just want to make sure you're aware that this will happen, but
Actually, I'm going to hold an action.
You're gonna
Alright,
hold your
until it's
turn.
clear.
I am going to
You hold your turn on action.
you know, next time I should just let you do it and then fucking hurt Annual. I don't know why.
No, like I don't know how high this. I was like trying to do that.
It's 8 feet tall.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to hold my lightning bolt spell.
Oh, it's not even
For
that. It's not
when-
20. It's 10-foot radius. Why did I think it was 20 foot
10
radius?
foot radius, but it's 60 feet.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but that means
Okay.
if he does it at max range, it doesn't hit Annual.
Okay, so I'm
Oh,
going
yeah.
to do it at max range.
Okay. Yeah, she's just out of range because it goes right there. It's right at the 5-foot square in front of her, so she's not
What's
hit.
the damage on it?
Do
3d10.
it.
So
It is
it is
3d8.
3d8 thunder damage, and then creature made of
Unless
ignorant.
you up-level it.
Disadvantage saving throw.
That is 17 damage.
All right. So this giant. You guys hear a big clatter of noise. You're really familiar with this spell, being cast so much now. Behind you, and you like look, and you can't really see much of it, but this little dancing light does. You start seeing stone falling down. However, it does. Like, you can immediately surmise that it's not enough to fully collapse it. It damaged part of the wall, but it didn't fully collapse the tunnel away. There's still openings. Currently, rocks are falling in chunks down, but it's probably only going to like impede or block about half of it. You would have to do more damage to that structure. Just FYI.
Okay then.
But, I mean, this area... flooding in with flooding in with rocks.
Okay.
So that's your turn. Unless you have anything else in your turn, bonus action or movement. Evelyn, you're on deck.
I will. Oh, real quick, I'm going to be like, Doma, get out of there right now. I'll try to bardic inspire him.
Okay. Doma,
Bardically inspire.
you're within 60 feet. Doma, you have gained a D8 that you can use on a skill check, attack roll, or saving throw. Evelyn, you're up.
Here you go.
Anyway,
Boy.
you're on deck. Yeah, thank you, DM.
So Robert's already like leaving the area,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he already turned down this hallway that
He
goes.
just had a turn.
He's just at the turn. He's not abandoning us. He's just.
Yeah. Can't abandon you if we're all going the same direction. It's only one way to go.
I'm just trying to. I mean, we don't know how deep it was there. So is it even worth trying to collapse that with how much? We have no idea how much water.
At the same time,
Alright,
it can cause them difficulty getting to us.
I will.
There's things under the water too.
Yeah.
Alright, I am gonna burn another sorcery point and I'll do distance spells shatter around the same area I saw Haname do shatter.
Roll damage. Man, fuck that. That thing sucks. God. Disadvantage on that roll hurts.
11.
Disadvantage on what roll?
11? Okay, as another, like, you know, a second, like, after the first, another one just, you see the air kind of vibrate, even with the very little light, you see the particles and the dust just shakes, and now there's more rocks flooding in there, and within that 3-second window of you casting that spell, your entire vision is just cut off from the creatures. You hear them screaming as they're still moving towards you, but you can't see them at all right now. It's just filling with dust and filling with debris.
All of my movement, I'm just going the same way that Roderick went around that corner, towards that corner.
I'm good.
Okay. So you start moving down there, and it's Aniel's turn. She's gonna get on, like, land right here in the water. Like, this is, you can stand here, Doma. Come on, you can make it, It's the creature's turn. You hear into the stone surface, and there's just more rock and debris falling. They're like, you hear them like trying to move through it and claw, and their mouths are snapping it, and you hear basically rocks getting bludgeoned, but doesn't seem they broke through. Now technically, we'll just go ahead and cut combat. Now you guys effectively have stalled them enough that you probably will get out of this situation.
There's nothing in the water. I like it.
Yeah, you bail out.
Yay!
Nice.
I'm never swimming again. I hate water now. God, I hated water.
Quick question: would this light be destroyed, or can I still move it out?
I mean, it's busted. It got smashed to blitz.
Okay. So
It's a fucking cantrip. Just recast and you get a new one, man. Like, come on.
Nah, okay, I'm just gonna like recast it and put this one over here. Around the
Alright.
corner.
So you guys you hear them like screaming and trying to like dig their way through, but they're just having trouble because they can't really see very well. So they're just thrashing around. There's just this noise behind you guys. Start climbing your way up, and you start elevating your way up, and you make that right angle turn, and then you throw dancing lights down there 90 feet forward like you predicted. There's another hard angle turn. You go up to that wall. It's a hard right. You're noticing you're increasing your altitude. You're going up right now. Make a right. You go forward.
I hear a lot of squeaking from Doma's boots.
And you see another hard right. There's 90 feet forward. There's another hard wall. You guys move up to it, and it's a very repetitive, like, geometric sign. But when you get to this wall, that's another hard right, and so you climb up that hard right, and then 90 feet in front of you, there is no wall. That's just an opening. It looks like there's a T-intersection. You can go straight, or you can go left. As you guys kind of pile up into the T-intersection, you notice something, Doma. 3 stones on the ground to your right.
I heard that. Fuck.
Fucking guys, there's the stones. We swam for nothing, or I swam for nothing. Oh,
And that's where we're going to leave today's episode.
just means we got in the first place.
So, have you guys had fun? Thank you for tuning in next Friday. Unless we have some predicaments. No, everyone doesn't show up. Great! Next Friday, 5:30 p.m. PST.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
I'm coming late.
Oh, God.
I just wish I had been down first. We took.
That's the thing I said that week. Yeah, it is.
What time are you predicting?
I think I'm getting off at 10:30
Holy shit.
Eastern.
So you're
So
pretty
I'm
much
coming in.
like coming at all, basically. Like, you're going to be like... Because you're Eastern, so that's 3 hours ahead of me.
Yeah, it'd be like
10:30,
3
so that'd be
hours.
7 my time. You get home in an hour, so that's 8:30 our time. Oh, I guess you.
No, I'll be
you
home in like 30 minutes.
Okay, well, you'll be home at 8 o'clock our time. Okay, you can make it. You'll just be 3 hours late from
Hey.
start.
Lash has been later, so it's all good.
I'm not getting Az's case. I'm getting Lash's case. Anyways, thank you viewers for watching.
You can put it with your phone too, so.
We're gonna still try to start at 5:30 p.m. PST. While I have it, before we kind of fully close the stream down, Lash and Smash is planning on doing a charity event tomorrow. Donations theoretically screwing over the party. I will be as a player character, so you get to see me as a player character. I encourage you to show in. Lash and Smash, I think, is currently auto-hosting me on Twitch, so feel free to check out his channel, throw him a follow, and thank you for coming to our game. I hope you enjoyed another episode of Don't Trust the Dungeon Master. Does anyone have anything else to say? Goodbye? No? Great! Alright!
Don't get sued for that, right?